Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As it's the first of a 3-game series and the first of a 6-game homestand as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. It's going to be a good series between two good teams. Teams that have both been playing pretty well in the month of January. Rapid City is 5-2-1 in 8 games in January. The Grizzlies are 5-3-1 in 9 games in January. And think about the Grizzlies the last 2 weeks. They won 2 out of 3 games against the Idaho Steelheads, including the rubber match on January 16th here at Maverik Center with a 4-1 victory. Trent Miner was outstanding that afternoon, stopping 46 of 47. The Grizzlies then went on to BOK Center in Tulsa and won 2 out of 3 games. Trent Miner got a 35-save shutout on Friday evening. Tulsa responded with a 5-2 victory in the middle game last Saturday. And in the rubber match on Sunday, it was Trent Miner who allowed a goal 120 in, and then he stopped the last 44 shots as the Grizzlies got goals from Cam Strong, Cameron Wright, Keaton Jamison, and Brandon Cutler as the Grizzlies got 2 out of 3 games over at BOK Center with a 4-1 victory. Trent Miner was named the league's goaltender of the week. That was announced yesterday. What did he do last week? I mean, it was unbelievable. He stopped all but 2 shots in 3 games last week. He had a 0.67 goals against average and a save percentage of .984. Trent Miner was unbelievable, and he'll get the start for Utah this evening against Adam Carlson, the veteran goaltender. Carlson missed all of last year. He really had a tough start to the season, but Carlson started to get rolling a little bit, and it started with a good performance against the Grizzlies on January 7th. That was the most recent game between the Grizzlies and the Rush. Rapid City ended up winning 3-2 in overtime, and you think about an evenly matched series between the Grizzlies and Rush last season, not only in the playoffs, but both teams won 7 games against the other in the regular season last year. The Grizzlies are 2-2-1 against Rapid City this year. They have 5 out of 10 standings points, and should be a lot of fun as the Grizzlies take on the Rush. Fans are still filing in here, and if you're in the West Valley area, come on down and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us. If not, we got the game right here on Flow Sports and audio on YouTube. Your homes for Grizzlies hockey all season long. When we return to the Grizzlies pregame report presented by America First Credit Union, we'll talk with Guy Chiarenza and get his thoughts on tonight's game. It's the Grizzlies and the Rush. We're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network presented by America First Credit Union.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza, facing off in about 15 minutes from now, as Rod Jordan's going to give us the starting lineups hot off the presses. He's the off-ice official leader as the Grizzlies take on the Rush. We got a good goaltending matchup. Trent Miner for the Grizzlies and Adam Carlson for Rapid City. And, Guy, it's great over the last week to see Trent Miner not only play his A game, but play above that, as he was above and beyond spectacular in 3 games last week, and he was certainly deserving of winning the league's Goaltender of the Week award, which he did. Second time in his pro career that he's won the ECHL Goaltender of the Week award.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, no doubt about that. Trent Miner has really taken his play to the next level, and maybe even a level beyond that. I mean, a .984 save percentage in 3 games with a shutout included, that's just phenomenal. That's unbelievable, and he's really catching fire at the right time as the Grizzlies are looking to make a push for the playoffs. I think I got to go with Trent Miner for my pick to click tonight. He's been great to start the 2023 calendar year. I think the year of Trent continues. Miner's been fantastic.
He's in the second year of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal. You think about some of the forwards, we've been talking about them throughout the month of January, who have really stepped up for the Grizzlies. And I look at Cameron Wright. a first-year pro that really has settled in. Seems like the game's slowing down for him. And it seems like when you get rivalry games, every time you play the Idaho Steelheads, it's a rivalry game. But it seems like there's a little bit more heat to the Rapid City series. And it almost feels like that's the type of series that just falls right into the type of style that Cameron Wright plays.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with that. And the last time that we saw these two teams meet, it seemed like it was a track meet. The puck was going end to end all the time. It was a really fast-paced game, and it was the transition game that really was won by whoever dominated that. So I think if the Grizzlies want to come out and win, they're going to have to dominate the transition game. And a guy like that, like Cameron Wright, is one of those guys that really excels in a game that favors the transition game. I also look to a guy like Jordan Martell. He's been really good since the Grizzlies acquired him. 4 goals, 8 assists in 16 games with the Grizzlies. I really think he's been phenomenal since the trade pickup.
Right, and Martell are tied for the team lead with 9 points in 9 games in the month of January. And I was thinking about the defensive unit. I talked with Ryan Knaswich earlier today, and he feels the defensive unit is in as good a shape right now as it has been all season. You think about it, there's not a single defenseman that's injured. The defensemen that aren't playing are scratches. And it was great last week to get Bryson Martin back. He played pretty well against Tulsa. And I really do think over the last few weeks, Corey Thomas, the big guy at 6'5" and 215 pounds, has really asserted himself because he's utilizing his size to his advantage. And obviously, you're going to get solid performances from James Shearer and Andrew Nelson and Connor McDonald. Those guys are about as solid game to game as it comes.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like the Grizzlies' defensive core. I think the additions of Thomas and Tho have really bolstered an already solid unit. You get in Connor McDonald leading that group as the captain of this team and the leader of the defense. He's really done a phenomenal job of taking these guys and getting them all together and create a fantastic unit from the first line down to the third. And you mentioned the guys that aren't even in the lineup. So if a guy falls out and maybe gets injured or whatever, another guy can come in and just take his place, and it really, the unit just doesn't miss a beat. So I really like what the Grizzlies defense has done so far this season.
And don't forget about the impact of Aaron Tho. I thought he's been outstanding for the Grizzlies, and him and Bryce Martin both have that good size speed ratio. Tho's not a little guy. He's listed at 6'2" and 195, and he's every bit of that. Think about Bryce Martin. He's 6'2" and 195, and he looks every bit of that as well. But those guys move around so well on the ice, and really, I think the big thing for the defensemen, especially against a Rapid City team that does have some talented forwards. And in fact, their top forward line, Rory Cairns, Logan Nelson, and Alex Aliardi, really match up with just about any forward line in the league. And so I think it's important for the Grizzlies defensemen be assertive, make quick decisions, and really make smart decisions, because you don't want to let guys who can really shoot like Nelson and Cairns and Aliardi have those open looks against any goaltender. Even a guy as good as Trent Miner, you don't want to let them get those grade A chances on them.
Well, of course, and we know what Logan Nelson can do. He had a fantastic series the last time we saw the Rush. But I think that the Grizzlies have done a really good job of neutralizing the other team's stars recently. We saw Ryan Domowski really frustrated the last time that we saw the Idaho Steelheads. Eddie Matsushima for the Oilers. He didn't play much of a factor in that series. Neither did Galad. So far in the last couple of weeks, the Grizzlies have done a really good job of neutralizing the other team's top talent.
In fact, it was surprising. I saw it. Tulsa actually traded the guy who was probably their best forward last week against the Grizzlies, Jimmy Soper. He got traded to Norfolk for Tag Bertuzzi, and it was a little bit of a surprise because of just how good Soper was in that series. But Tulsa ended up releasing Dylan Sadaway, who actually had a pretty good year for the Oilers last year, and so Tulsa doing a little bit of shuffling after losing 2 out of 3 games to the Grizzlies. I really think this is a big 3-game set, because you think about the Grizzlies winning the last 2 series, the last 2 weeks, against Idaho, 2 out of 3 games in the 2-city 3-game set. And then last weekend over at BOK Center. And obviously, you think about this, the last 35 games of the regular season starting tonight, the Grizzlies are home for 22 of them. So you got to find a way to protect home ice starting tonight against a Rapid City team that, hey, if the playoffs started, they would be the 3 seed in the Mountain Division. They would be in the postseason. So you're playing a good team here at home. You want to find a way to take care of home ice, because you never know. Down the stretch, there's only 5 games between these clubs this year, but you never know. This could end up being a team you end up meeting somewhere down the road in the Kelly Cup playoffs.
Yeah, Tyson, no doubt about it. These games are huge, especially being at the Maverik Center, where Grizzlies are going to have an amazing crowd at their back for most of the games left in the season, so that should help them in their push for the playoffs. But you mentioned these games against the Rapid City Rush. This is a team that the Grizzlies are chasing in the standings. If the Grizzlies come out and win 2 out of 3, hopefully 3 out of 3 in this series, they're just right there with the Rapid City Rush in that playoff push. So every point becomes important. Every game is a must-win game.
That's Guy Chiarenza. Before we leave, for the timeout. They got the video boards working over there. So you can move that camera over there. They don't need to look at us anyway. Oh, it's tough to say. They're all lights there. Now we got the head of a Grizzlies fan in the way, but those are working right now. The video boards here at Maverik Center starting tonight. So it's a lot of fun. We need to tell the guy in the hat to just lower himself there. But nevertheless, it looks like it's a lot of fun. That's what was put up earlier this season. It looks like it's the first game. Those are up. We saw them here at Maverik Center a couple of weeks ago for a gymnastics event. The first Grizzlies game were those boards right there over on the left side, to our left. You know, if you're watching on Flow Sports on the left side of the screen, and it is good to see those working here at Maverik Center, and that's certainly a great addition, as is the video board at Center Ice. And a lot of fun stuff happening here at Maverik Center this week. As you think about it, it's a Bud Light College night. Friday is going to be an AFCU Friday, where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And Saturday is Guns and Hoses night with 2 charity games starting at 1 o'clock. The other one's going to be at about 2:30, and then the Grizzlies game at 7. Make sure to get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. That's going to be an amazing crowd. But before we go to break, next segment we'll have the starting lineups for both teams. Let's get to the picks to click. I am going to go with Brandon Cutler. First home game for Cutler in quite some time after spending time with 2 different AHL teams. It actually looks like on the live chat on YouTube, it's very diverse. A lot of different names. Looks like Scott Hellewell's going with Bryson Martin. Guy Morgan's going with Cameron Wright. Rain's picking Tyler Penner. Nick Hayes has Dylan Fitz. 71 Cowboys is going with Dakota Raby. Nicholas Hayes also going with Nilsson, so he's got 2 picks to click. Gary Hawley is picking Trent Miner as his pick to click. I said I'm going with Cutler. Guy, who are you going with tonight?
I'm going with Trent Miner, ECHL goalie of the week. He's on fire right now.
So you're right there in line with Gary Hawley, going with Trent Miner, the starting goaltender for the Grizzlies. We'll get to the other starters for the Grizzlies, as well as the visiting Rapid City Rush, as the pregame show presented by America First Credit Union rolls along on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
With the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Welcome to the Maverik Center. It's the Grizzlies and the Rapid City Rush, first of a 3-game series. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Rapid City Rush, who are led by second-year head coach Scott Burt, who was a member of the Grizzlies back in the 2007-08 season. He was a teammate of Ryan Kanasowicz, and both Burt and Kanasowicz led the club with 60 points that season. His assistant coach is Zach Desjardins. It's the 40th game for Rapid City this year. They've got a record of 20-18-1. They are 8-11-1 away from the friendly confines of the Monument. Starting in net's going to be Adam Carlson. He's got a record of 4-7 this season with a 3.65 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. His backup tonight is Danil Chechelev. Starting defensive pairing for the Rush, Ryan Zulsdorf, who has 20 points in 39 games and a -12 rating, and Tyson Helgeson. His name is my name, too. He's got 2 goals and 5 assists in 34 games. He's got good size at 6'3" and 205 pounds. He's not afraid to throw his body around. For the Rush, they are going with 7 defensemen tonight. Helgeson and Zulsdorf for the starters. We'll also see Quinn Wickers wearing number 5. Carter Robertson wears number 82. He's got 2 goals and 7 assists and a +10 rating. Kenton Helgeson, the older brother of Tyson Helgeson. Kenton's a former Grizzly who played back in the 2016 and 2017 season. He was actually traded. He actually had an NHL entry-level deal with the Anaheim Ducks, and the Ducks traded him in the middle of the 2016-2017 season. Kenton Helgeson's a Rapid City captain. He'll be paired up with Alex Carlson, who's wearing number 24. And Colton Leader may be going back and forth. Leader will play some shifts as a defenseman and some shifts as a forward, as it's been described to me tonight. Colton Leader is one of the more versatile players in the league, and he was certainly outstanding when Rapid City took on Utah in the 3-game series in Rapid City in early January. So starting defensive pairing is Tyson Helgeson and Ryan Zolsdorf. 10 forwards for the Rush tonight. They're starting out with Max Coda, who had 5 goals in his last 2 games against the Grizzlies. He had a hat trick scoring 3 goals on January 6th. Grizzlies won that game. And then Coda had 2 out of 3 goals, including the game winner in overtime as Rapid City defeated Utah 3-2 on January 7th. Coda will be lined up next to Matt Marcineau, who's got 17 goals and 23 assists this season. The 40 points by Marcineau lead the club. And Lucas Fuke, who's got 1 goal this season that came against the Grizzlies, which was his first as a professional on January 6th. So starting forwards are Coda, Fuke, and Marcineau. You also see Rory Cairns, Logan Nelson, Alex Aliardi, Zach Court, Calder Brooks, Keanu Yamamoto, and Keegan Iverson. For the homestand Utah Grizzlies, first of a 6-game homestand, they are led by second-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. His assistant is Jared Pike. This is game 38 for the Grizzlies, who have a record of 16, 20, and 1. They are 6-8 here in the friendly confines of Maverik Center. Starting in net is the league goaltender of the week, Trent Miner, who in 3 games had a 0.67 goals against average and 984 save percentage. He stopped 125 of 127 shots in 3 games for the Grizzlies last week. His backup is Lucas Preet. The third goaltender is Garrett Metcalf. 7 defensemen for the Grizzlies tonight. The starters are Corey Thomas, who's 6'5" and 215 pounds. He's got 3 assists in 26 games. And the captain, Connor McDonald, who's 6'1" and 181 pounds. Connor's got 2 goals and 7 assists in 34 games. The other defensemen we'll see tonight include Bryson Martin, who's wearing number 14. First home game for Martin since the month of January. We also see Aaron Tho wearing number 28. Victor Bartley's back after missing 3 straight games. We also see Andrew Nilsson wearing number 44. He had an assist on Saturday night. And we will also see Kyle Pounce is going to be playing forward for the Grizzlies this evening. So watch out for Pounce. He's going to be a forward for the Grizzlies. So the starters are Thomas and McDonald. Other defensemen are Tho, Bartley, Nilsson, along with Bryson Martin and James Shearer, who's got 1 goal and 6 assists in 19 games. Starting forwards, Cam Strong, who's got 5 goals in his last 12 games. He'll be lined up next to Dylan Fitz, who has 5 goals in his last 8 games. And the Rooster, Jordan Martell, who's got 9 points in 9 games in the month of January. Other forwards we're expected to see tonight include Taran Fizer, who's got 10 goals this season. Keaton Jamison, who has 8 points in 9 games in January. Cameron Wright leads the Grizzlies with 11 goals and 28 points this season. Tyler Penner, the Iron Man, who's playing his 110th consecutive game. We will also see Dakota Raby with 20 points in 37 games. Kyle Pouncey is acting as a forward, and Brandon Cutler, who's my pick to click. He's got 7 points in 14 games this season. When we come back to the Maverik Center, we got face-off. We're back in 90 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
It's a great night for hockey. As two big standings points are on the line tonight as the Grizzlies take on the Rush in the first of the 3-game series. I'm Tyson Whiting. We got two referees tonight, John Lindner and Riley Brace. The linesmen are Craig Peterson and Andrew Collins. Grizzlies wearing the white jerseys tonight with black numbers and professional green trim. Rapid City is wearing a black jersey with white numbers and red mixed in. A little bit of red striping on the shoulders, 2 red stripes on the forearms. White letters in the back, white numbers, black shorts, red and black on the socks. Cam Strong will take the face-off against Rapid City's leading scorer, Matt Marcineau, who's got 40 points in 35 games this season. As the puck is dropped and we're underway, Rapid City will be skating from left to right as Helgeson will dump it in. Max Cota chases after it. We get our first whistle, and it's an icing call 8 seconds into the game. So the draw comes back towards Rapid City goaltender Adam Carlson, who's got a record of 4-7 this season. It's his 14th appearance of the year. His backup is Danil Chechelev. Crowd still filing in here as we got a fun one here in store. A matchup of two pretty good teams, a rematch of last season's Mountain Division Finals. Grizzlies are 2-1 against Rapid City this season. Draw taken by Rapid City, second straight face-off victory for the Rush, who skate from left to right. As Tyson Helgeson gets out to neutralize, he gets back checked by Martel. Puck squirts ahead to Coda. Coda gains line, feeds to the right side. Righty shot goes high. That was taken by Marcineau. Grizzlies along the far side will cross center ice. The Rooster will skate towards his left. He'll feed a left wing pass to Strong. Strong lefty shot, saved by Carlson. And he holds on as we get a whistle 29 seconds into the game. But, guy, that's kind of the thing about Cam Strong. He plays a north-south game and got a good chance there on the left side.
Yeah, Tyson, I like Cam Strong taking that shot there. I think the Grizzlies should try and get as many shots as they can early on Carlson. His numbers aren't great this year. See if you can catch a quick one on him.
Penner will take the face-off. He's got Cutler to his right and Pfizer to his left. Up top is James Shearer and Andrew Nilsson. Shearer and Dylan Fitz are the alternate captains for the Grizzlies. Connor McDonald wears the C as the draw rolls towards Rapid City, who's won the first 3 face-offs of this game. As Zach Court will pitch it out to neutralize. It bounces off of Nilsson. Puck rolls back to the Utah blue line for Shearer, who feeds it across the Iron Man Penner. Back to Shearer, who skates down the middle. Shearer now at neutralize, gets to the left side, crosses center ice, and dumps it in as the puck rolls along the boards. Nilsson on the right side will take a lefty shot that's blocked by his own guy in Pfizer. Penner feeds it out in front to Cutler. It bounced off him to the high slot for Nilsson. Now to Penner, right side, trying to chip it in front towards Pfizer. Goes to Cutler, shot saved by Carlson. As Cutler trying to get it over to the left point, does to Shearer, but Rapid City cuts in front of him. Make that Penner as it goes out to neutral ice. Nilsson gets at the Utah blue line as both teams make a line change. 18:45 and counting left here in the first, so we're just underway. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this one with us. The first of a 3-game set is Nilsson. Feeds a left wing pass over to Cameron Wright, who dumps it in. Wright chases after it. It goes to Dakota Raby, the Michigan man, who's a graduate transfer at Sacred Heart last year. Up top for Bartley, across to Martin, who swings and didn't get much on the one-timer. Puck glides along the right point. Martin gets it back. He'll feed it to the right circle for Graby. It bounced off his stick, and it goes out to neutral ice. Graby will throw it back to Bartley. He gets it taken away by Roy Cairns. Cairns gets knocked down by Bartley. Raby gets the puck. He'll skate behind Utah's net as he'll throw it over to the far side for Martin. Martin across to Bartley, who missed the last 3 games. He's back as he'll feed it to center ice. Grizzlies get it. Jamison skates towards the left circle. Jamison tries to get around number 24, Alex Carlson. Puck glides towards the far side. Rapid City gets it ahead. It bounces off of Marcineau and goes towards the Grizzlies bench. Fitz mishandles a pass. Right left side. Coda shot saved by Minor. Puck goes back over to Utah. Grizz skate from right to left. As Marcineau gets it poked ahead. Keaton Iverson will dump it in as the rush. Max Coda feeds it up top to Ryan Zulsdorf. He'll fire towards the net. Stick saved by Minor. As Iverson gets to Dakota on the left side, he'll center it over towards Marcineau. Takes a shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. 17:29 left in the first. Good passing by the rush there as Marciano had a pretty good look from the right side from Max Cota. Cota's one of those guys you got to watch out for because in the last 2 meetings between these clubs, he was outstanding.
Yeah, Tyson, if you're the Grizzlies, you can't turn the puck over. We've seen a few pucks slip away from the Grizzlies. Just settle down the puck, play with confidence, and the game will come to you.
Draw one by Cam Strong in the Grizzlies as it goes to Andrew Nilsson, who's behind Utah's net. Crowd still filing in here, 2.5 minutes in, still no score. The Grizzlies have taken 2 shots. Actually, both teams have taken 2 shots here early on. As Shearer gets around Lucas Fuke, crosses center ice and dumps it in. Shearer gets blasted by number 44, Tyson Helgeson, who throws his body around. Grizzlies centering pass, Pouncey with a shot that goes wide. Puck glides towards the near boards. Cam Strong feeds it up top to Nielsen. Now to Shearer. One-timer goes high off the glass. Grizzlies will bounce it off the end wall. Pouncey's playing forward tonight. They'll feed it up top for Shearer. Shearer looks to center it. Out to the high slot, taken away by Rapid City. Rush skating across the line. So they try to feed it to Keanu Yamamoto on the right side. Grizzlies take it away. Shearer over to Nilsson, who's behind Utah's net. 3.5 minutes in as Rapid City makes a line change. Grizzlies get new skaters as Strong crosses the center ice left wing, and he'll bounce it off the end wall on 2 hops. Puck glides back towards Alex Aliardi. He'll feed it ahead to Logan Nelson. Nelson with a right wing pass to Chiarenza. He drops it off for Robertson. He gets it taken away. Grizzlies throw it out to center ice. And Cutler feeds it to Pfizer on the left side. Pfizer on side. He'll skate towards the boards. He'll get it to Cutler. Those guys were teammates in the WHL with Victoria. As Martin skates towards his left. Now down the middle, take a lefty shot. Saved by Carlson. And he holds on. Tyler Penner was skating out in front looking for some loose change. But the Rush goaltender, Carlson, holds on with 16:09 left in the first. Very aggressive start. Certainly no feeling out process. You can tell both teams want to get that first goal.
Yeah, Tyson, no doubt about that. We thought that earlier on in the series before that there would be a feeling out process. There wasn't much fun in that game either. This game, both teams are going out in an all-out attack. I think both teams really want that first goal.
Matt Marciano. It's more than a point a game for Rapid City. He'll take the face-off against the Grizzlies Iron Man, Tyler Penner. Penner, 5'11", 182 pounds. He spent training camp with the Manitoba Moose of the AHL, which are special for him because that's his hometown team. Grizzlies won the draw, left side. Cutler lefty shot, saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to the far side. Zach Court will throw it behind Max Cota. It looks like it's going to be icing as Bryson Martin skates over there, and the whistle blows with 15:56 left in the first.
Tyson, you mentioned the Grizzlies' aggressive start. I really like that, and I think that was the memo from Coach Kanashewicz. Knowing that this is going to be a game that's based off of transition, you want to be the team that gets that first goal, and you want to play with the lead in a game like that.
It's interesting to see here in the first 4.5 minutes, seeing so many top 2 line guys. You're not seeing the third line really get mixed in there because you can see the importance, quite a few whistles here early on, and both teams really want to get on top first and play with the lead. And Scott Burton, Ryan Kanashewicz do have similar hockey philosophies. Grizzlies win the draw. Right wing shot by Cutler, sticked away by Carlson as it goes out to neutral ice. Penner, Cota battles. It goes towards the center ice logo. Pfizer feeds it to his left for Cutler. Cutler skates towards the circle, gets blocked by Colton Leader. Cutler loses the puck. It bounces off a Leader towards the end wall as Kenton Helgeson thought he was hit with a high stick. Oh, and he was. The call is made as Helgeson was battling behind Rapid City's net with Taryn Pfizer, and Pfizer for the second straight game goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. It's only his second minor penalty of the season. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Rapid City wins the face-off as Lucas Fuke gets it taken away. Grizzlies nudge it ahead, and clearing it all the way out is Cameron Wright. Rapid City's power play this season, 17.1%. Grizzlies penalty kills 41 for their last 43. As Nelson feeds it ahead. Picked off by Jamison at center ice. 2-on-1. Jamison drops it off for Wright. Right back towards Jamison. It hits him about stomach high. As puck glides towards the corner, Jamison now battles. Rapid City takes it away. Keanu Yamamoto crosses center ice. He'll feed it to his right for Nelson. Nelson veers off to the left as he's now on the left point. They'll throw it to the corner as Colton Leader gets over to Yamamoto. Back to Aliardi. Now to Fuke up top for Robertson. Now Nelson gets it back up top for Carter Robertson as he'll feed it to the left side. Aliardi in the left point. Shadowed by Fitz. Fitz feeds it to the goal line, or Aliardi does. Now back to Aliardi, far goal line, trying to get it out in front to Fuke. It goes past him. Now right side, Nelson with a shot, and it's blocked by Jamison. As Aliardi gets a poke back to the near side. Jamison gets it. He'll clear it out. Good job by Keaton Jamison, who's 6'2" and 205 pounds. As the Grizzlies make a line change. 14-15 and counting left in the first. Still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 5-2. 40 seconds left in the Rapid City power play. The puck glides along the boards. Now back towards the near side as the Rush beat it up top to Zulsdorf. He'll get it to his left for Chiarenza. He'll take a lefty shot, saved by Miner, and it bounced off the glass. Marchneau will bounce it off the near boards. Bartley gets it and clears it out. Good job by the 34-year-old Victor Bartley. As the Grizzlies make a line change. As the Rush skate from left to right. 13 seconds left in the Rush power play. Right wing pass Dakota. He'll drop it off for Marchneau. Collects a hot pass. He'll feed it out to the bench area for Calder Brooks. Brooks gets it poked away by Cutler. Goes back to Rory Chiarenza. He's just 20 years old, and he's got a bright future. Grizzlies are back at full strength as Chiarenza will bounce it off the near boards. Taken by Corey Thomas. He'll pitch it ahead. Now Max Cota over to the right side. Centers out to Brooks. It bounced off the stick and goes out all the way to the Rush zone. Grizzlies fit in a line change. 13-15 and counting left in the first. Still no score. No shots by Rapid City on their power plays. Kenton Helgeson will feed it out to center ice for Iverson, who couldn't handle it. Jordan Martell gets over to Nilsson. About 7 minutes in. Nilsson will now skate north-south. Now veer off to the left as Nilsson will bounce it off the stick of Lucas Fuke. And it goes back to Rapid City as that court gains the line. Gets dumped by Nilsson as it goes to the right corner. Cutler delivers a hit. Rapid City looking to center it to court. And Utah gets a stick in the way. As Aaron Tho will nudge it ahead to Cam Strong. Left wing pass off the near boards for Martell. Avoids a check of Carlson. Martell skates towards his right. He gets back checked by Fuke. Martell keeps the puck. He tried to get it out in front. Righty shot. Saved by Carlson. Loose change out in front. Rush get the rebound. As Rapid City crosses center ice. Zach Court dumps it in. Bartley gets the bouncing puck as both teams make a line change. A lot of action here early on, and we're only 7.5 minutes in. No score as Bartley up ahead. Cam Strong gets it right side. Strong stops on the right point, trying to get it across to Raby. Gets poked away, and it goes back to neutral ice. Grizzlies will tag up as Raby will throw it back to Martin in the Grizzlies zone. Martin will skate along the near side. And he'll bounce it off for Roy Cairns, who gets it. He'll feed it back to Quinn Wickers, who will nudge it ahead to Aliardi. It goes past him. On to Bryson Martin, who will fit it back to Nielsen, who's back in the Grizzlies zone. Nielsen at the center ice. It bounces off a leader's stick. Goes to Cameron Wright. Skates to the left side. Take a shot, and it's blocked. As Wright gets the puck. Raby feeds it up top to the left point for Martin. Now across to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Martin, who skates towards the high slot. Take a lefty shot on. It got redirected. Carlson's able to stick it over to the near circle. Aliardi will ricochet it off the near glass, and it goes out of play. 11:37 left in the first. A lot of action, but no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 6-2. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
11:37 left in the first period. No score. The Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 6-2. Don't forget, both teams will have tomorrow off, and then they'll meet right again here Friday night for an AFCU Friday, where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And the ever-popular Guns N' Hoses night is going to be on Saturday. We got to go to the team store. We got to find somebody to get to the team store and get us some of those Guns N' Hoses merchandise they were showing on the video board during the timeout. Looks like sharp stuff, something we would definitely wear on Saturday. That's going to be a lot of fun, and looks like a very aesthetically pleasing series between two good hockey teams here this week as Grizzlies win the face-off, nudge it along the far boards. Rapid City gets it back to center ice as the rush. Iverson, Keegan's his first name. He'll pitch it ahead, picked off by Pfizer. Pfizer skates the right circle, take a shot on, hits the crossbar, and squirts out. As the puck goes out towards Tyson Helgeson, a spin to Iverson on the far side. Wonder if they'll take a look at that during the next whistle. As Iverson crosses center ice, he'll nudge it ahead as the Ross dropping off. Helgeson shot, kick saved by Miner. That was Tyson Helgeson. Zolsdorf out in front, pass goes wide and glides along the far boards. Rapid City gets the puck after successfully making a line change. Marchino doesn't accept it as he was coming off the ice. Pfizer over to Cutler. Cutler skates towards his right. He'll take a lefty shot and it goes high off the glass. Puck sports towards the far circle. Rapid City gets it. They'll nudge it ahead. Calder Brooks with good speed. Skates towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot and it goes high off the glass. Puck glides along the near boards. Goes to neutral ice. Carlson dumps it in. As that's Alex Carlson. As Grizzlies behind the net. Get it with Corey Thomas. Thomas wearing number 3. And he'll fake to his right and feed it to the near side. Goes to the Rooster. Martel crosses center ice. He gets around court. Martel skates the right circle. Take a shot. Saved by Carlson. And the Rapid City goaltender holds on. Looks like Adam Carlson, after a slow start to the season, has really picked it up as of late. As Grizzlies have outshot the rush 7-3 here so far. That's certainly good to see because the Grizzlies on average have been outshot by about 6.5 shots per game.
Hey, Tyson, I really like the way the Grizzlies have come out and started shooting to start this game. Terran Pfizer almost had a goal. If that puck was just a few inches lower, it would have been bar down and in, but unfortunately it was bar down and out.
As Maxwell Smart would say, missed it by that much. As Rush will try to clear the zone. We got a whistle. Looks like a high sticking penalty is going to be called. Skating to the penalty box. Let's see, is it Logan Nelson? And it is. Nelson can't believe it. He is going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Kyle Mayfield in row 5 tells Nelson, come on this way, big guy. You're going to serve 2 minutes. 10:16 left in the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies power play did not score a goal in the 3 games against Tulsa, but they were red hot before that in the month of January. Utah is 19.9% on the power play. Rapid City's penalty kill, only 76.1%. Could this be a big factor in this series? There's 2 minutes for high sticking, 9:48 into the first period. Logan Nelson. As we're 9:44 into the first period. As the draw won by Rapid City, they'll clear it over towards the near side. Stays in, right, feeds over to Cutler. One-timer goes wide. As Grizzlies in the left corner. Right gets it up top for Pfizer. Pfizer on the left side, just outside circle. Gets it to right, back to Pfizer. Now up top for Nielsen. Back to Pfizer just outside the left circle. He'll dish it across to Cutler. Oh, Cutler got the pass. He's got good hands. Over to Nielsen. Back to the right side. Back towards Cutler, and it's picked off by Calder Brooks. Brooks gets around Andrew Nielsen. 2-on-2. Brooks skates to the left side. Now down the middle. Backhand shot. And where's the puck? The puck is still in play, and the Grizzlies have it. Nielsen has it. Miner did not know where the puck was. Luckily, it wasn't past him as he was able to make the save. Cutler over to the left side, crosses center ice. He'll drive it around the boards. It goes to the right side, goes past everybody. Now to the zone to neutral ice. As Bryson Martin gets it, Grizzlies will make a line change. As Shearer's on the ice, Grizzlies going with 2 defensemen. Dakota Raby, Dylan Fitz, and the Rooster, Jordan Martell. As Martin will cross over to the right side for Raby. Raby crosses center ice, enters the zone. Now Fitz on the right side, skates towards his left, and he'll feed it to Shearer. Shearer over to Martell on the left side, just outside the circle. Now to Martin, he'll take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. He tried to go stick side on Carlson. Martell over to Fitz, now up top for Shearer. Across to Martin, back to Martell on the left side. Martell just outside the left circle. He's got 4 goals this season, as he'll get it up top for Shearer. Shearer feeds it across for Martin. Now to Raby in the right circle. Raby skates towards his left. Back to Martell on the left side. He's all alone. He'll take a righty shot, and it goes high off the glass. And stays in play. Rapid City clears it out to neutral ice as Shearer tried to keep it in. And that will do it for the power play as Logan Nelson will come out of the box. He's actually still sitting there. 10 seconds left in the power play. Rapid City skates ahead. Aliardi skates down the middle. He'll take a shot, and he scores as Rapid City gets on the board with a shorthanded tally as Alex Aliardi had a breakaway. Shearer was trailing the play as Aliardi fired it over the left glove of Trent Miner. As the Rush have drawn first blood here in the 3-game set.
Well, Tyson, it's unfortunate because I really like the way the Grizzlies came out to start this game, but unfortunately, like we said in the pregame, it's going to come down to the transition game, and the Rush did a really good job of going one way and going the other, and so unfortunately ends up in the back of the Grizzlies' net.
It's Alex Aliardi's 13th goal of the season. As Ryan Zulsdorf gets his 18th assist of the year. Time of goal 11:38 into the first period. As Rapid City's back to full strength. As Rush get an even strength goal. It's a 5th shorthanded goal allowed by the Grizzlies this season. As Rush lead 1-0. Bartley throws to the far side. Now to center ice for Pouncey. He's playing forward. He skates the left circle. Takes a shot that goes wide. Puck glides towards the near boards. It goes past Roy Chiarenza. Now the Rush. 1-on-4. Skates to the left side. Nelson with a shot kick saved by Minor. Goes back over Pouncey over to Penner. Now to Bartley behind the net. Bartley collides with Chiarenza. He's got a bright future, as we said. He's got an NHL entry-level deal at 20 years old. Bartley, the former NHLer, will cross center ice and spin it along the boards. Grizzlies make a full line change. Goes to the right point, now to neutral ice. The stick is lost. It's Cameron Wright. There's going to be a penalty. Who's it going to be on? Is it the Grizzlies or the Rush? Slashing's a call, and it's going to be on Rapid City. Calder Brooks gets 2 minutes for slashing. So the Grizzlies, for the second time, go back on the power play. They're 0 for 1, and they allowed a shorthanded goal as the Rush lead 1-0 on Alex Aliardi's 13th of the year. And so we'll see if the Grizzlies' power play can get back on track here. The draw is going to be in the right circle.
Hey, Tyson, I really liked what the Grizzlies were cooking up on that first power play. I think they're only a shot away from getting one here. And this is the perfect chance for them to redeem themselves and get that goal back.
Time of Calder Brooks' penalty is 12:23 in. 2 minutes for slashing. He's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Grizzlies win the draw. Centering pass shot hits the side of the net. That was taken by Wright. Puck goes to the far circle. Nelson tried to clear it out. Nielsen keeps it in. Nielsen over to Pfizer. Back to Nielsen. One-timer. He scores! Andrew Nielsen gets a power play goal. He just fired it past Adam Carlson. That's a power play tally for Utah. They've tied it up with 7:23 left in the first period. Albie Nielsen's 5th goal of the season, 3rd power play tally, and you knew he was due for that. He was all alone. Puck had some English as Jamison was net front, but I don't know that Adam Carlson really saw it, as it was a low liner and a blast from Andrew Nielsen.
Oh, Tyson, you knew Andrew Nielsen was due, and that was the straight drive right into the back of the net. And like I said, the Grizzlies were only a shot away from cooking up something good on that power play, and now we got a tie game.
And you knew what the Grizzlies were cooking there. As draw is going to be at center ice. Rapid City has a shorthanded tally. The Grizzlies score on the power play. The assists go to Cameron Wright and Taryn Pfizer as Rapid City skates back in. They'll dump it off the end boards. Connor McDonald spins it to the left side. Kept in by the Rush. They feed it over to Lucas Fuke. He gets hit by McDonald. Thomas skates over there, gets the puck, and he'll dish it ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer back to the far circle. Thomas pokes it away. It goes up top. As Rapid City's Tyson Helgeson skates to the left side, takes a shot, saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Pfizer. Less than 7 minutes left in the first period. Pfizer over to Cutler. He'll bounce off his skate and it goes to neutral ice. Back over to Yamamoto, who's back in his own zone. And so feed it over across to Helgeson. Back to Yamamoto. Across to Helgeson. He'll feed it to Grizzlies territory. Nelson gets it, skates to the left circle, takes a shot, and it glances off the stick of Corey Thomas and flies out of play. 6:36 left in the first period. Both teams have scored on the special teams. Rapid City 11:38 in, and 59 seconds later, on a separate Grizzlies power play, Andrew Nelson gets his 5th of the year. Cameron Wright gets his 18th assist of the campaign, and Taryn Pfizer gets his 8th assist of the season. Nelson will get kicked out of the face-off circle. Aliardi will take the draw against Cam Strong. As draw won by Rapid City, Karen's shot saved by Minor, and Trent covers up with 6:33 left in the first. But one of the players we really noticed earlier in the season from the Rapid City side is Rory Chiarenza, the former 6th-round pick of the Calgary Flames back in 2020. In fact, the Rush are affiliated with the Calgary Flames organization. And they've really given them a lot of help, a lot more help than what they got last season with Arizona. Grizzlies win the draw. They're in their own zone. Nilsson will pitch it ahead to Martell. Martell over to Strong, who skates into the zone. Skates to the right side, gets around Kenton Helgeson. Tried to shovel it out in front. The pass was wide. As Rush clearing out to center, 2-on-2. Rapid City drops it off for Aliardi. He'll skate in. As he was looking for a shot, and it was taken away by Nilsson, who feeds over to the near boards. Puck on the right point as Chiarenza will bounce it off of Martell, and it goes to Strong, who will ricochet off the near boards from Martell across the center ice. He'll dump it in as he avoids a check of Aliardi. Martell, for saying he's about 6'2", is very quick and agile out in the ice. Rapid City crosses center ice. Left wing pass, actually dump it in as they were thinking about getting to Max Coda. Grizzlies around the net, get it to Bartley. He'll nudge it ahead. It goes past Raby out to center ice. Brooks will move it ahead. Marchino gains the line, but Coda got there first without the puck. Offside to the rush. 5:44 left in the first period. Timeout on the ice as Alex Aliardi scored a shorthanded goal. 11:38 in. 59 seconds later, Andrew Nilsson got his 5th of the year on the Grizzlies power play. And we're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Draw is going to be a neutral ice near the Grizzlies bench. We're tied at 1. 5:44 left in the first period. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 9-8. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. We're having fun here in the first of a 3-game series. Draw is going to be taken by Matt Marshall for Rapid City and Keaton Jamison for Utah. Jamison wins the draw. He goes 6'2" and 205 pounds as Jamison over to Bartley. Ahead to Raby at the Rapid City line. He gets taken away by Carter Robertson. Puck squirts towards the right corner as Quinn Wickers and Cameron Wright battle. Wright feeds it across. It goes through the crease over towards the near boards. As now it goes to the left point. Bartley shot. Kick saved by Carlson in the butterfly position. And the puck flies out of play with 5:23 left in the first.
Tyson, I really like how Keaton Jamison was out screening the goalie on that last play. I think that's what's going to be part of the Grizzlies' key to success in this game is screening Carlson and making life tough for him in front of the net.
Draws going to be taken to the left side. Jamison will take it. He's got Wright to his right, Raby to his left. Bartley and Aaron Tho, the two defensive pairing, is the two defensemen. As waiting for the linesman to drop the puck. We got 2 referees and 2 linesmen tonight. I think the director of officiating is in the building this evening as Rapid City wins the faceoff. They skate from left to right. Rush move it ahead. Tho chases after it. No icing as Coda around Tho skates towards the near corner. As Coda will bounce it back to the area that he vacated. Tho delivers a big hit. Right to the left side. Lifts it high into the air. Bounces past Coda. Goes into Rush territory. Taken back by Carter Robertson, who's a +10 this season. Who move it ahead to Brooks over to Coda. Right side. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Bartley. Puck goes to Raby, who gets on one knee. Gets back to his feet. And he'll bounce it off the far boards. Carter Robertson gets it. Robertson's got good size at 6'3", 200 pounds. He'll feed it back to the right corner. Now goes to Iverson, the former Ranger draft pick. He'll lift it in the air. Gloved by Raby, but he was out of the zone. And so offside to the Grizzlies with 4:40 left in the first.
Tyson, we talk about Corey Thomas delivering some big hits. Do not forget about Aaron Tho. That guy can level almost anybody. And don't forget about Victor Bartley either. I've seen him deliver a few big hits in this game as well.
The series is certainly going to get physical as it goes along. You think about two teams that don't necessarily like each other. And so... it's one of those where the Grizzlies just have to find a way to match the physical play of Rapid City. The Helgeson brothers like to be physical as it goes out to neutral ice. Cutler gets it in. Cutler trying to feed it across to Pfizer. It goes to Penner. He'll drop it off for Nilsson, who's got a goal tonight. Over to Cutler's behind the net. Cutler looks to center. It hits the side of the net. Rush will feed it to the far side. They skate from left to right. Rink wide pass to Yamamoto connects. 2-on-3. Rush enter the offensive zone. Yamamoto gets around Shear, and he swings and misses. Puck in the right corner. Goes back to Nilsson. Yamamoto in the area. Nilsson will bounce off the skate of Shearer as it goes to Cutler along the near boards. Cutler will skate along the near side. Gets to neutral ice. Crosses center. He'll dump it in as Penner and Cutler leave the ice. The Grizzlies make a full line change. Rapid City throws it out to center ice. Yamamoto one-time tap as it flies into the Grizzlies zone. Miner plays it behind his net over to McDonald. Connor will bounce it off the near boards for Cam Strong. Strong out to neutral ice. Will feed it across to McDonald, who couldn't get the bouncing puck. Nelson skates over to the left circle. I tried to feather a pass out in front, but the pass was wide. Goes out to the left side. Carlson dumps it into the corner as the puck goes back towards Carlson, and Fitz picks it off. Fitz gains center ice, and they'll bounce it off of one Carlson onto another, who kicks over towards the end boards. Back over to McDonald, right side. He'll feed it to Martell in the corner on the far side. Martell gets it back up top to the captain. McDonald skates to his left, fakes a shot. Now he takes one and it goes wide. Puck bounces to Fitz, who's behind the net. Adam Carlson kicks the net open. Not the first time he's done that at Maverik Center, although sometimes it just happens. But Adam Carlson, over the years, Grizzlies fans know he's had a habit of kicking the net open.
Yeah, I guess we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that first one, as he was getting backed up towards the post. But really good looks by the Grizzlies in the offensive zone. I think that they're really hammering home, driving to the net and taking shots. I like what they've done so far.
3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first. We're tied at 1. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 10-8. Face off over on the right side. Good to see Jake in attendance here tonight. The ECHL Fan of the Year last year. I think he's going to get honored later this week, as Grizzlies win the draw. Right point, bouncing off a Rush skater, goes back to the Grizzlies. Bryson Martin back in his own zone, gets it over to Bartley. Bartley on the near side, across to Martin. 3 minutes left in the first. Martin over to center ice for Raby. It bounced off his stick and goes to Carter Robertson. Will bounce a backhand pass over through the legs of Victor Bartley. It's back in the Grizzlies zone, over to Martin. Martin surveys. He'll throw it rink wide to Raby on the near side, near the Rapid City blue line. He'll dump it to the corner. Puck goes back over. Carter Robertson will get it ahead towards Coda. Coda ahead to Marshno. 2-on-2. Now to Calder Brooks. Brooks back over looking for Marshno. Good defensive play by Shearer. Gets in the way. Coda in the left point. Gets hit pretty hard by Jamison. Grizzlies move it ahead to Raby. Raby to the right side. Will bouncing off the boards looking for Wright. Rush will have the puck fly in the air. Wright keeps it in the zone, but it looks like the puck was played with a high stick. 2:22 left in the first. Still tied at 1. And you talk about an aesthetically pleasing first period. It's been a lot of fun. Two good hockey teams, and boy, the style that both teams play seem to mirror image each other on occasion. And because of that, we got ourselves a lot of action.
Yeah, Tyson, this game is really wide open. They're using every single inch of the ice, and I think that's what you get when you have two head coaches that build their teams around a similar play style.
It's going to be such a fun series. Make sure you get your tickets for this weekend. As over to the right side, Cutler over to Pfizer. He gets it poked away. As Rapid City's defensive unit on point. Rush will feed it ahead. Skating after it's Lucas Fuke. He's got 1 goal this season, and it came against the Grizzlies. Fuke on the near side. He's being shadowed by Andrew Nilsson. Fuke on the right point. Will bounce over. Now the Rush get it. Court shot saved by Minor. Puck goes back to Fuke. Left side. He'll bounce it off of Cutler, and it goes to Yamamoto. He'll nudge it ahead for Zach Court. Court gets hit by Nilsson. He'll get it back over to Yamamoto. He'll take a righty shot from the left point that goes wide. 1:40 left in the first period. Tyson Elgison takes a shot. It hits the side of the net. Pfizer gets the rebound. He'll nudge it ahead to Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice. He'll gain the line. He's played for 3 different AHL teams. Over to Pfizer. Now back to Thomas. One-timer. Kick save by Carlson. As Corey Thomas looking for his first professional goal. And boy, that was a good look for him right there. And the Grizzlies. And you notice, the 2 junior teammates over in the WHL with Pfizer and Cutler. Those 2 in particular have had an amazing amount of chemistry and ESP together.
Yeah, Tyson, this is their type of game, a game with lots of speed and wide open ice. These guys are cooking up something special, and you mentioned that chemistry that they have. Those are 2 guys to watch out for.
We're tied at 1, 1:27 left in the first period. Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 11-9. Colton Leader nudges ahead. Aliardi to the right side. Toe drag around McDonald. Now Aliardi across to Leader on the right side. Leader plays a 2-way game. In fact, plays both forward and D for Rapid City. As Rush trying to get it to Aliardi out in front. Grizzlies get a stick in the way. Puck goes to neutral ice. As Martel gets taken away by Leader, who moves it ahead. Rapid City good in the transition game. 4-on-3. Rush over to Aliardi. He'll drop it off for Kenton Helgeson. He'll get the bouncing puck as he's being shadowed by the Utah captain. Now right wing Helgeson with a shot that's blocked. Aliardi out in front. Gets hit by McDonald and gets divorced in the puck. Cam Strong gets it as McDonald continues to get held up. Now it's dropped off for Thomas. Thomas skates along the near side. Now veers off to the right. He loses the puck. Karen skates towards the right circle. He'll nudge it across. And the pass connects. Left side, the Rush. Helgeson, Kenton that is, will throw it to the near corner. Martel, 30 seconds left in the first period in his own zone. Gets it across to Thomas, who's at the Utah goal line in the near side. He'll bounce it off the boards for Jamison, who gains center ice. Gets around Robertson, but gets it taken away by Quinn Wickers, who's a big guy at 6'4", 215. Rush have a big defensive unit as they cross center ice. And they gain the line. Marshall gets cut off by Bartley. Now it goes towards the net. Bartley will move it ahead to Raby. Raby skates out of the zone. Plenty of speed. Crosses center ice. Raby skates to the corner. 2 seconds left in the period. He looks to center to bounce off of Wickers. And that will do it for 20 minutes here at Maverik Center. And what an entertaining period it was, as Rapid City scored a shorthanded goal, 11:38 in, and that was Alex Aliardi getting his 13th of the year. Ryan Zulsdorf got his 18th assist, and then 59 seconds later, the Grizzlies got back on the power play for the second straight time. Nielsen got his 5th of the season as he scored from the high slot on a one-timer. Cameron Wright and Taryn Pfizer with the assists. Shots are pretty close to even. 11 shots for the Grizzlies and 10 for Rapid City. As Trent Miner stopped 10 of 11, or Miner stopped 9 of 10, and Rapid City's Adam Carlson stopped 10 of 11. As Trent Miner talking with the referee, one of the referees, and that's John Lindner. Riley Brace, also a referee, so 2 referees and 2 linesmen tonight. And when we come back, we'll have the Siegfried and Jensen intermission report. As we're through one period here at Maverik Center, it's the Utah Grizzlies 1 and the Rapid City Rush 1. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission presented by Siegfried and Jensen, the law firm for accident victims. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza, and it was a fun first period. A lot of action, a lot of back and forth. You can tell the transition game is going to be important on both sides, utilizing their speed. And as we mentioned before, Ryan Kanasowicz and Scott Burt, being 2 guys that are really familiar with each other. They've got pretty similar hockey philosophies, and we got good goaltending. Adam Carlson has really picked it up over the last month, and he stopped all but 1 in the first period. And it was a power play goal by Andrew Nilsson, and Trent Miner was outstanding here in the first period, coming off a week where he stopped all but 2, 125 of 127, and to earn League ECHL Goaltender of the Week. Guy, what happened there in the first period?
Well, Tyson, it was a really fun and entertaining first period. Started off with a lot of back and forth action, but Taryn Pfizer took a high sticking penalty, 4:28 into the game. Rapid City wasn't able to capitalize on that. The Grizzlies' penalty kill has done very well over the last couple of weeks, and so they continue that domination. Then Logan Nelson took a penalty, 9:44 into the period. That was another high-sticking minor, and this was important because the Rapid City Rush actually got a shorthanded goal. Well, the Grizzlies run that power play. That goes to Aliardi. That's his 13th of the year. Now it's assisted by Zulsdorf. But the Grizzlies would get it back later on the power play. Colton Brooks takes a slashing minor, 12:23 into the period. And it's Andrew Nielsen with his 5th goal of the season. And on who else? I mean, what else would it be but the power play?
Yeah.
That's where Andrew Nielsen makes most of his money. And that was assisted by Taryn Pfizer and Cameron Wright. And that was 12:37 into the period. Shots are pretty even. Utah has the edge by 1, 11-10. But shots are pretty even across the board for Grizzlies taking shots. But Brandon Cutler does have 2 in this game, and that's the most out of any Grizzlies. So a lot of back-and-forth action, and I think that favors the Grizzlies in a game where they have to use their speed in that transition game. I think that's something that they do very well.
You know, at some point this series is going to get ultra physical. And think about Andrew Nilsson. You mentioned the power play. It's his 3rd power play goal of the season. He leads the Grizzlies with 16 power play points, but he was stuck on 15 for quite a while. And we mentioned how Nilsson was looking pretty good in the Tulsa series, and it seems like he's carried it over. And I thought he played a pretty good first period for the Grizzlies. You think about scoring chances, though, six scoring chances for Rapid City in their 10 shots. For the Grizzlies, 4 scoring chances in their 11 shots, according to the off-ice officials. Faceoffs were pretty even. Rapid City won the first 3 faceoffs of the game, and they ended up with an 11-10 edge in the faceoff circle to the Grizzlies. So Rapid City a +1 in the faceoff circle. Hits, Grizzlies 5, Rapid City 4. That'll probably pick up as the series goes along. Unfortunately, from the Grizzlies' perspective, too many giveaways in the first period. They had 9 to Rapid City's 5. Power play shots, Utah had 2. Rapid City did not have any on their 1 power play of the game. But remember, obviously they had 1 shorthanded shot, and that found the back of the net. And you think about, what Trent Miner did last week, and really it's the second time that he won league goaltender of the week, because it was early last season, early in his Grizzlies stay, where he won goaltender of the week for October 25th through the 31st of 2021. If I remember right, the Grizzlies played the Allen Americans, and he was outstanding in that series, and the Grizzlies won back-to-back overtime games. Matthew Boucher got the overtime game winner one night, and then Charles Edward Dast, who's currently playing in Finland, got an overtime game winner the next night. And so, Miner's just, when he's got his A game, like he did last week, and I thought he played well in the first period, you're not going to score many goals on him. The only goal is a shorthanded goal by Aliardi, and it was kind of one of those where he threw a changeup a little bit at him. Aliardi didn't necessarily fire a tough shot or a hard shot at him. It was maybe tough because he was able to just kind of angle the puck over his Miner's left arm, and really that's where Rapid City got their goal. And then obviously Nilsson with a blast in the high slot. Otherwise, seemed like a pretty evenly played first period.
Yeah, Tyson, I thought Trent played well. With that goal, Aliardi made a really good move, and I think it caught Trent off balance and ended up going over his shoulder. So I don't think there was a whole lot he could have done on that play. But I thought that he played really strong in the first period. And I thought that the Grizzlies overall played a really strong first period. Of course, you hate to give up the shorthanded goal, but I thought that they rebounded really well after that and capitalized on that power play opportunity. And it's good to see Andrew Nilsson getting back on the board. This is a guy that was in a bit of a slump, and then as you mentioned, towards the end of that Tulsa series, he really started to pick it up. It was noticeable. Now here he is today, making an impact. And I think Andrew Nilsson's at his best when he's 1, making smart decisions, 2, using his size to his advantage, and 3, using his shot. And you put all those 3 together, and you've got a really good player in Andrew Nilsson.
It's going to be a fun second period coming up. The Grizzlies are just about even in the second period scoring column. In fact, the Grizzlies have outscored opponents 40-38 in the second periods this season. For Rapid City, let's see what their second periods look like, as they're led by second-year head coach Scott Burt. In the second periods this season, Rapid City has outscored opponents 45-44. So the Rush this season have been pretty even in second periods. So who's going to have that lead after 2? Well, what's important for the Grizzlies, because this season, when the Grizzlies lead after 2 periods, they've got a record of 12-1. 2 other games involving Mountain Division teams. First intermission, Wichita leads Iowa 1-0. That game is played over at Idaho Central Arena. Braden Watts gets his 22nd of the season for Wichita, 7:36 in. Braden Watts has been amazing for Wichita. He's been one of the best players in the league. Wichita's really gotten some good offensive production from a few forwards, and seems like defensively they're closer to where they were 2 years ago. And even though the Grizzlies have not faced Wichita yet this season, they look like a pretty tough club. They lead Iowa 1-0 after 1 period of play. Second intermission, the Allen Americans lead Kansas City 2-1, as Colton Hargrove has 1 goal and 1 assist. And Hank Crone has also found the back of the net for the Americans. Remember, Allen is going to be here in town next week. That's going to be games 4, 5, and 6 in the Grizzlies homestand. Don't forget, the Americans will be here next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, February 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Face-off all 3 nights will be at 7:10. Kansas City's goal is scored by James. Don't call me Jeremy McKenna, or maybe it's Jeremy McKenna. There is a McKenna that's a linesman in this league, and it's either Jeremy McKenna or James McKenna, and then the Kansas City player is the other, whichever one isn't the local linesman. So Allen leads 2-1 that game in the second intermission. Halfway through the third period, Newfoundland leads Cincinnati 4-0. Games that have gone, well, there's 2 games that have gone final. Florida defeats South Carolina 3-2, and Reading over Trois-Rivières 3-1. Just starting out in overtime, Atlanta and Greenville are tied at 3. Former Grizzly defenseman Miles Gendron is in the lineup for Greenville. He doesn't have any points there so far, and that's an interesting one. As Grizzlies, I think, will play Greenville once next month over in Greenville. I remember the Grizzlies played Greenville the day before the Super Bowl in 2020. That's back when I was traveling to road games, and that was a ton of fun seeing what the Greenville arena looked like. They're actually wearing Marvel-themed specialty jerseys. We're the Swamp Rabbits that evening, and the Grizzlies scored 4 goals in the first period, and then Mitch Maxwell redirected a Yuri Torreo shot, and the Grizzlies got an empty net goal from Ty Lewis. They ended up winning by 2 goals that night, and we'll see if that ends up following true, even though there's very, very few players on either side that will be playing next month in that game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over with the Wichita-Idaho series, because after all, you look at Wichita, they're in second place in the Mountain Division with 49 standings points, and Idaho's in first place with 59. Both teams have 6 wins in their last 10 games, and Rapid City right now is in third place with 41 points. So Wichita does have an 8-point advantage over Rapid City for second place in the Mountain Division. So you think about this being a big series for the Grizzlies, but you also think about it being a big series for Rapid City on the road against an arch rival like Utah. And for Rapid City, they're 8-11-1 on the road this season, and obviously they know the formula that you want to be a playoff team and you want to battle for the division title. And maybe it's unrealistic with Idaho up there, but you think about, wanting to be at least a 500 team on the road, and Rapid City can do some damage towards that if they're able to play well here at Maverik Center.
Yeah, Tyson, and every point here is huge. Every game is really big down the stretch. You mentioned the Idaho Steelheads. They've got a pretty comfortable lead at first place in the division with 59 points, but the Wichita Thunder are sitting pretty at second. There's a pretty big gap between first and second and third. But you look at the Rapid City Rush, 41 points. Grizzlies have 33. Kansas City Mavericks have 37. If the Allen Americans come out and beat the Mavericks tonight, the Grizzlies win tonight, they're within 2 points of the Mavericks. And then you get 2 points closer to Rapid City, and the playoff push, it becomes real, man. I think that the Grizzlies have a really good shot with the schedule favoring them towards the end of the year. A lot of games at Maverik Center. I think the schedule favors the Grizzlies as they push for the playoffs.
It's a great point by Guy. If you're paying attention to that Allen-Kansas City game, Allen leads 2-1, and the Grizzlies want Allen to get the victory. So Grizzlies' victory here tonight against Rapid City would mean that Utah would just be 2 points behind Kansas City for fourth place in the Mountain Division. Remember, the Grizzlies are 4-1 this season against Kansas City. When we come back to the Siegfried and Jensen intermission reports, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports. We'll have second period action as the Grizzlies and Rush are tied at 1, as Rapid City got a shorthanded goal by Alex Aliardi, 11:38 in. 59 seconds later, Andrew Nilsson with a power play goal. Utah is 1 for 2 on the power play, and they are 9 for 34 on the power play over the last 10 games. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Guy just figured out we're not on the flex cam. The cameras are literally right above us, so that's why we're not on the flex cam. Chris Hagan did make it, but nevertheless, flex cam going on here at Maverik Center. Guy chugging a beer right there. What section is that? I think it might be in section 113. We're having a good time here on a Wednesday night. Don't forget that an AFC Friday is going to be on Friday evening, where tickets start at just $8 and you pay using your AFC debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And then Saturday night's going to be Guns and Hoses night. 2 charity games starting at 1 o'clock, and then the other one will be at about 2:30. Remember, if you got a ticket to the Grizzlies game, it is good to get you in for the charity games. Doors will open at noon for the charity games on Saturday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Very heated, very spirited, the Guns and Hoses charity games. I know I'm going to watch that on Saturday. That's going to be a ton of fun. And if you're the Grizzlies, you think about, the aesthetically pleasing series with Rapid City. We saw a really fun first period. We got a lot of fun here at Maverik Center this weekend, as we should have 2 really good crowds, both Friday and Saturday nights. And, Guy, you think about the Grizzlies, they're starting to play really good hockey here in the month of January as they're hitting the ice here to start the second period. Face-off will be in about a minute and a half. But, Guy, I think about the very evenly played first period for the Grizzlies. I think the power play is going to be critical against Rapid City, who's kind of struggled a little bit on the penalty kill. And for Rapid City, they want to utilize that transition game and really force the Grizzlies' defensive unit to think on their heels. And I think that for the Grizzlies, they want to come away with a successful week. They're going to have to defensively really hone in on Rapid City's transition game, not let Nelson and Aliardi get those open looks, and especially Rory Chiarenza, who's an ultra-talented 20-year-old.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with that. In a game that's really evenly played, I think that special teams could become a really big factor really quickly, especially with the way play started getting really physical. All it takes is a one bad play, one penalty, and you're in the box, and then they can score a goal, and that changes the game, or vice versa. So I think if you're the Grizzlies, you want to come out and you want to play a clean game and also take advantage of when you're on the power play.
It's interesting with 2 referees. Does that mean that more stuff gets called? Or it's always interesting to see. But we did see 3 power plays in the first period, as the Grizzlies had 2 power plays and Rapid City had 1. But that extra set of eyes out on the ice, there's more things going to get called as opposed to a game where you only have the one referee.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I think at some point we got to do a study on that, or get somebody to do a study. But I think it just provides an extra vantage point. I mean, there's some calls where, maybe it's a judgment call. You don't really know what you saw, and so sometimes the referee makes a call just based off of what he sees. But now you have 2 sets of eyes from 2 different angles. So I think that really helps in providing a more decisive call.
Utah Grizzlies hockey. This broadcast is brought to you by Rio Tinto Kennecott, producing premier American copper and proudly celebrating 120 years of operations in the Utah community. Draw's going to be taken by Cam Strong against Matt Marshall as the Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high atop section 114. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. Rush won the face-off. They'll throw it ahead to Calder Brooks. He goes past him. Well, we ended the first period. Rapid City got called for icing 8 seconds in. Guess what? They just outdid themselves, icing 6 seconds into the second period. So the draw is going to come back towards Rapid City's Adam Carlson. Hey, in the third period, maybe they'll get an icing 4 seconds into the period.
Well, it seems like they keep outdoing themselves and history repeats itself. But there wasn't really a lot of whistles in that first period. It really was a fast-paced, wide-open game.
Just a funny coincidence there. The first 2 periods, Rapid City gets called for icing the first 10 seconds. As the Rush won the face-off, they'll nudge it ahead towards neutral ice. Marshall will drop it off for Calder Brooks. Grizzlies poke it away. Cam Strong crosses center ice. He'll skate towards his right. Strong centers to Martell. One-timer goes wide. Is he trying to go stick side on Carlson? Rapid City gets it. Brooks crosses center ice. He'll skate across the line, skates down the middle, take a shot, saved by Miner. Rebound shot, saved by Miner. Puck out in front, Brooks gets it, shot, and it's blocked. Coda right side, gets cut off by Strong. Strong knocks him down, no call, and the Grizzlies will carry it out of the zone. Dylan Fitzgibbon center ice. Grizzlies make a line change, 45 seconds into the second period. They're tied at 1. Pass ahead, it gets redirected, so no icing as Sure will move it towards the far boards. Grizzlies get hit in their own zone. Penner ahead to Cutler. We'll move it ahead to Nilsson. Nilsson right wing pass to Pfizer. Back to Nilsson. It gets poked away by Robertson. Goes out to center ice. Shearer skates back to his own zone. He'll feed it across to Penner. He'll chip it to Nilsson. It bounced off his stick. Robertson throws to neutral ice. Taken away by Nilsson. He'll feed it to the right side for Cutler. Skates towards the circle. He'll take a shot. Glove saved by Carlson. Boy, that was a quick wrist shot by Brandon Cutler. But Carlson made the save. And as we mentioned, he really struggled the first couple months of the season. He's really settled in and played well in the month of January.
Yeah, Tyson, it seems like he's on his A game to start this game. He's actually made a few really good saves to start this one. But I really like that the Grizzlies came out and started getting shots on him early on, really tried to test him. But like I said before, it seems like he's really on his game tonight.
In fact, in his last 3 starts coming into play tonight, Carlson's got a .927 save percentage, a 2.27 goals against average. Pass to neutral ice is carried in by Chiarenza. He skates towards the right point, feeds it across. It bounced off the stick of Terran Pfizer. Puck lifts into the air, bounces at the center ice logo. Aliardi will move it to his left for Cairns. Cairns gains the line and gets blasted by Penner. As Shearer behind the net gets the puck. He'll feed it to the far side for Penner. Penner will skate across center ice and he'll drive it in. As Grizzlies make a line change, as Carlson behind the net gets over to Kenton Helgeson. The former Grizzly who played for Utah 2 seasons will lift it high into the air as it bounces deep in the Grizzly zone. And the rusher called for icing. 18:07 left here in the second period. First of the 3-game set. Both teams will be off tomorrow. Friday's going to be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And Saturday's Guns and Hoses night, as we mentioned, for the 2 charity games leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7 o'clock. Your tickets are going fast at UtahGrizzlies.com or by calling 801-988-8000. Grizzlies win the draw. Martin over to right. Right side takes a shot and is blocked by Kenton Helgeson. He'll get the puck. He'll get to the Rapid City blue line. He'll move it out to center ice near the rush bench. Pass head to Cairns. Gets redirected, but goes off his stick onto Bryson Martin. He'll feed it to the near side for Jamison, who crosses center ice. Jamison skates to his left and dumps it in. Puck behind the net. Raby gets it. Raby's got great speed. So feed it towards the right side for Martin. Across to Bartley. Left side takes a shot and it's blocked, and it goes out to center ice. Rapid City gets it. 1-on-2. They skate towards the right circle. Takes a righty shot. Saved by Miner about ankle high. Rebound goes to Utah. As Nilsson behind the net. We'll throw it to the near side for Bartley. Bartley will bounce it off of Yamamoto. He gets it back. He'll throw a blue line to blue line passer right. Back to Jamison over to right. One timer, and it goes high off the glass. Rebound goes to right on the left side. Let's skate towards the point. They'll feed it across to McDonald. The captain gets it to Fitz. Back off the boards looking for McDonald. Jamison gets held up. Zolsdorf spins it to the far side. It's taken by Lucas Fuke. He'll cross center ice, and they'll backhand it towards Miner. Bouncing puck. Miner kicks it to the corner. McDonald gets it. He'll nudge it ahead to Fitz at neutral ice. Fitz crosses center, gets to Martel. He tried to tap into the corner. Robertson cuts it off before it got there. Robertson around the net, turns the puck over. Strong spins it around. Fitz on the right side gets it. He'll spin it back around behind the net for Strong. Strong skates to the near corner. He'll feed it up top for McDonald as the captain gets it across to Bartley. They'll make that Aaron Tho. We'll throw it to the left corner. Rush get it. They'll spin it towards the near side. McDonald keeps it in the right point. Now to the right circle for Martel. He takes a shot that's blocked by Robertson as Martel gets it from Strong. Skates towards his left. Takes a shot that's blocked by the stick of Max Coda. Now to Tho on the left side. Skates towards the corner. Now off the end boards. Tho around the net. He'll skate to the right side, just outside the circle. Tho feeds it out in front to Penner. Penner, tried to get it over to Fitz, but he got held up and couldn't accept the pass. Wickers will bounce it off to McDonald. Connor skates towards center ice. He'll move it ahead to Martel. And the Rooster skates to the left side, but he gets it taken away on a good defensive play by Kenton Helgeson. Rush, feed it across. It bounced off a skate and lifts high into the air. Glove by Robinson. He drops in, gets over to Cairns. Cairns skates down the middle. Now veers off to the right as Cairns gets it across to Nelson. Nelson off the boards for Helgeson. Kenton, that is, the Rush captain. He'll throw it off the boards. Cut off by Nelson behind the net. Andrew, that is. Penner ahead to center ice. And it goes to Cutler. Cutler skates towards the left side. Centers the Pfizer shot. Saved by Carlson. Boy, what a pass by Brandon Cutler out in front of the net. Pfizer just had it bounce off his stick and added some velocity to it. But Carlson was able to make the save with quick reflexes.
Yeah, Tyson, and you mentioned that chemistry that those two guys have together. Playing on that line, they generate a lot of high-quality scoring chances, and that was one right there. Unfortunately for them, Carlson was up for the task, but really a grade A scoring chance.
Drozgame in the far circle. Brandon Cutler will take it. This might be the best Cutler has looked for the Grizzlies all season. As he wins the drop, Pfizer gets taken away. As Penner takes it away, high slide. He'll bounce it off the end boards. Cutler gets it poked away by Logan Nelson as it rolls towards the right corner. Pfizer tries to feed it out in front. Nobody was home. Rush out to neutralize. Alliardi ahead to Chiarenza. He's got a breakaway. Chiarenza skates in, backhand shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on as Rapid City made one pass from the blue line out to neutralize to Chiarenza. Chiarenza was behind the Grizzlies defense, had a breakaway, could do whatever move he wanted, and he looked for a backhand shot. And it was a really good play by Chiarenza as he was able to get his move off and get a shot. But Trent Minor made a great save.
Well, Tyson, Trent Minor read Chiarenza like a book. He stayed with him every single step of the way, didn't even flinch. Trent had that one wrapped up.
Looked like Chiarenza was trying to go 5-hole on Minor, and Minor just didn't open up the 5-hole to give Chiarenza any look there. Draw's going to be taken in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone by Utah. Bryson Martin will throw it into the rush zone. Adam Carlson raises his arm, and so does the linesman. Icing on the Grizzlies with 15:03 left in the second. That a save like that by a goaltender, you think about bailing out your defense who let a good goal scorer get behind him. Chiarenza this season has 14 goals in 28 games, and that's really what a good goaltender like Trent Minor does. He's not going to stop all those, but he's going to stop his fair share of those breakaways. Draws give me in the left circle. Lucas Fuke will take it for the Rush. As Rapid City up to 15 shots, Grizzlies have taken 13, so the Rush have a slight edge here in the second period. As behind Utah's net, Rapid City gets it. Iverson up top for Tyson Helgeson. His name is my name too. Over to Iverson. He gets it poked away towards the middle. Court with a shot that goes wide. As Bartley will bounce it off the far boards. It looks like it's going to be icing on the Rush. Or I thought so. Icing was waved off. Grizzlies over to the left side. Cameron Wright will throw it towards Jamison. He gets it poked away by Zulsdorf. Zulsdorf and neutralized. Crosses center. He'll skate over the line, feed it across the court. It bounced off the stick of Raby and goes to the near side. Over in the corner, Fuke battles with Raby. Raby gets taken away by Court. Over to Cota, who couldn't accept the bouncing puck because it ricocheted off the stick. Robertson gets it taken away by Raby. Across to Cameron Wright and neutralized. Wright dumps it in. Carlson makes the line change. Good shift by Dakota Raby, who comes off as Robertson will feed it to neutralize for Cota. Cota gets hit by Cam Strong as Quinn Wickers moves it ahead. Taken by Aaron Tho. Now to McDonald behind Utah's net. McDonald will ricochet it off the near boards for Strong. Strong will spin it back to Tho. Will throw it to the far side for Fitz. Fitz dishes out to center ice for Martel. Martel glides to the right circle, takes a shot. Saved by Carlson. And he holds on as Martel tried to go 5-hole, but Carlson closed the door with 13:47 left in the second. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. Great goaltending matchup between Minor of the Grizzlies and Carlson for Rapid City as we're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
$13:47 left in the second period. We're tied at 1. Rapid City has outshot Utah 15-14, so the Rush have a 5-3 edge on the shot count here in the second period. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Draws going to be in the near circle, and it's won by the Rush. They're in their own zone as Colton Leader feeds it to the far side. It goes back to Aaron Tho. Tho will feed it to the left circle. Tho tries to get it back. It's poked away by Calder Brooks, who gets the puck. He'll backhand it out to Grizzlies territory. It's gathered by the captain. Connor will ricochet off the near boards. Goes to Aaron Tho at center ice. He'll spin it around. Martel gets it back towards the left corner for Fitz. Fitz trying to find Strong, cutting towards the net. Rapid City picks it off. Rush cross center. They'll dump it in. Minor is able to corral it and hold on as the Rush get an offensive zone draw of it. Looked like the Rush were skating towards the right point, trying to find somebody cutting towards the net, but they were late in getting there. So they just fired towards Trent Minor and made a routine save.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the Grizzlies are doing a really good job of keeping everything in front of them and being able to predict what the Rush are going to do. The Rush have had their chances, but on a lot of them, the Grizzlies have made those shots easy for Minor to handle because they're staying in front of the puck and guarding their men.
13-19 left in the second period. First of a three-game set. Off the draw, Rush with a shot that goes high. Now, Kenton Helgeson with a blast that goes wide. Leader on the right side. Spins it to Aliardi, who's behind the net. Puck rolls off Aliardi, stick onto Minor, who covers up just to the side of his net. As the draw will stay in the Grizzlies zone with 13:07 left in the second. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. I'm on Twitter at Tyson on Sports. I actually changed the picture on my Twitter. I changed my Twitter header picture thingy.
The profile picture?
Yep.
Yeah?
That's what it's called, I guess.
I'm still trying to get into Twitter.
Very, very special person edited that photo. As Draw's going to be taken in the right circle. It was not me. I don't know I have any editing skills, but I'm very happy about it. I was trying to sport a beard. It's something that's new for me. As the Grizzlies win the draw, we're skating 5-on-5, 7 minutes into the second period. As Tyler Penner out to neutralize, gets it to center. As Tyson Helgeson will bounce it off Pfizer. Penner battles with Cairns. Now ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer gains a line, skates towards the right circle. Pfizer goes down, and no call is going to be made. As Penner throws it back to the corner. Pfizer skates back over there. He's battling with Tyson Helgeson. Now Pfizer to the left side takes a shot that goes wide off the Maverik side behind the Rapid City net. Tyson Helgeson being shadowed. He'll move it ahead towards the point. Grizzlies keep it in. Pfizer, as he's falling down, will dump it towards the end wall. Zolsdorf gets the puck in the far corner. As a rush skate from right to left as we see it from high atop section 114. Puck squirts out to the center ice logo. Cutler moves it ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer glides towards the right circle, takes a shot. Saved by Carlson. Loose change out in front. Rebound goes out to Nelson. Logan Nelson, 8 minutes into the second period. We'll move it ahead. Aliardi crosses center ice, and he'll lift it in the air as it bounces off the glass near the Chartway sign. As Bartley gathers the puck. Bartley, the patient one, surveys as he's behind the net. Back after missing 3 straight games. Bartley puts his hands on his knees with a stick holding to his knees. Gets the puck back. He'll feed it over to Jamison. Back to Bartley. Now to Jamison near side. He'll move it towards Raby. Rush take it away. Good job by Keegan Iverson. Now the Rush look to center it back to Iverson. It goes past him off the near boards. Wright will feed it back to the Grizzlies goal line for Bryson Martin. Now ahead to Wright, who skates along the near boards. Wright moves it ahead to Raby, who dumps it in. Robertson chases after it. He'll ricochet off the glass. It goes to Iverson, who moves it across to Fuke. Fuke skates in over towards the right circle. Will bounce it off the boards on the end wall. As Fuke gets it taken away by Raby. Raby crosses center ice. He'll move it to his left for Wright. Wright gains the line, stops in the point. As Wright gets it poked away back to neutralize. Grizzlies will reset. Corey Thomas skates back to the Grizzlies blue line. Now move it across to McDonald, who crosses center ice, and they'll spin it around the boards. Goes past the stick of Fitz. Coda ahead to Brooks. Brooks crosses center. So gain the line over to Wickers. Wickers trying to move it across to Yamamoto. Utah turns it over. Coda left side shot, and it goes wide. As he tried to go stick side on Minor. Rapid City right circle takes a shot that goes wide as it glides along the near boards. Kenton Helgeson will move it towards Calder Brooks, and it goes back over to Coda. I look to center it, but the Grizzlies got a stick in the way, and they feed it out to center ice. As pass out near the Grizzlies bench. Dylan Fitz battles, but Rush get it. Now left wing pass. Rapid City skates in. Marchino shot. Kick saved by Minor. Rebound Grizzlies clear it out. Fitz gets the puck 2-on-2. He'll skate towards the right side. Now across to Martel. Now they're strong down the middle. He was trying to accept the pass. Marchino cut in front of him. Now Brooks takes it away. Rush have numbers. 3-on-1. Marchino skates to the left circle. Centers Dakota back to Marchino. As Marchino takes a shot, and it's blocked, and Minor covers up. Boy, the Rush had a 3-on-1 and maybe made one too many passes there, as we're about halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. 10:01 is left in the second period. As Alex Aliardi gave the Rush a 1-0 lead, 11:38 in. It was a shorthanded goal. Grizzlies responded 59 seconds later with a power play goal as Andrew Nilsson got his 5th of the year. Taryn Pfizer with the assist. As Grizzlies 1 for 2 on the power play. Rapid City's 0 for 1. Both teams are playing a disciplined game, staying out of the penalty box. As Roy Chiarenza will take the draw against Tyler Penner. As the forward line of Cutler, Pfizer, and Penner have been outstanding for the Grizzlies here so far. Utah wins the draw, skating from left to right as Shearer across to Martin. As Martin will move it towards Penner. Tape to tape as Penner gets to the left side, looks to center it. Nobody was home as Cutler was kind of hanging out towards the slot. As Chiarenza, Cutler battles, throws it to Penner. Now back to Bryson Martin, who veers off to the left circle. Martin trying to find it out in front for Pfizer. Rush got a stick in the way. Now Pfizer near a corner. He looked to center it, but it hits the side of the net, and Carlson covers up. And, Guy, it's been an entertaining game so far. It's still pretty evenly matched, both in the shot count and really with the way the game has flowed.
Yeah, Tyson, the flow, it seems like you blink and it's the puck's in one end, and then you blink again and it's in the other end of the ice. But interesting note on that last sequence, Marchino should have had a goal on that last play on that 3-on-1. They slide the puck over to him. Minor's in transition going post to post, and instead of shooting, he waits, and then he fires it into Minor, who makes the easy save. So a missed opportunity for Rapid City.
By then, the Grizzlies were able to get a couple defensemen there, and the 3-on-1 kind of turned into a 3-on-3. As Grizzlies behind the net after winning the face-off, will bounce off of Jamison. Wright gets the puck on the left side. He'll get it to Shearer down the middle. I try to hot pass to Jamison that bounced off of him. Jamison regathers and it rolls back to the left corner. Wright over there along with Shearer literally kicks to Raby, who skates over there. Raby looked to find Wright out in front. Now left wing. Shot and is blocked as Tyson Helgeson lifts it out to the Utah blue line. Grizzlies gather it. As Jamison tried to move it ahead, it hits off of Nelson. Aliardi left circle will skate towards the corner. As Aliardi, who's sporting a beard, will skate towards his right. He gets tripped up by Bryson Martin on. The call is going to be made. As Aliardi was skating towards his right, Bryson Martin knocked him down. And that's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies. So Rapid City is going to go on the power play for the second time tonight. First penalty on either side here in the second period. And it's Bryson Martin. We'll get 2 minutes. Cross-checking, I believe, is the call. So he gets knocked as he knocks down Alex Aliardi.
Well, Tyson, it's not an ideal situation for the Grizzlies. You never want to take a penalty, but the plus side is that the Grizzlies' penalty kill has been fantastic over the last week or so. They had a really strong outing in Tulsa, so let's see if they can keep it up here at Maverik Center.
Martin gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of penalty, 11:08 into the second period. Rush 0 for 1 on the power play. This season, they're 17.1%. Rush won the faceoff. Karen's left side. I tried to feather it out in front. It goes wide. Zolsdorf in the high slot. Back to Karen's left side, just outside the circle. He drops it back off for Zolsdorf. Now across to Nelson. Nelson to the near goal line. Back to the slot. Shot. Nick flies open. Looks like Minor makes the save and holds on as there's a battle out in front of the net. And 8:37 left in the second. 15 seconds into the Rush power play. They are able to get a shot. The net somehow just kind of slid open. And so the draw is going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. It's Rapid City here in the second period. It's outshot the Grizzlies 6-4.
Yeah, Tyson, that's the same net that Carlson kicked off earlier, and it's been a little loose ever since then. So I think he must have kicked it hard enough to the point where...
It was the different stanchion this time. I think it was the near stanchion when Carlson did it. Now it's the far side. They're going to look at it as it kind of kicked open cleanly, so they're going to work on the hole on the ice. Good Wednesday night crowd has filed in here to Maverik Center. Hoping for big crowds this weekend. AFCU Friday, where tickets start at $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And then Saturday, Guns N' Hoses night. Expecting a big crowd here. Maybe a potential sellout here at Maverik Center. Should be a lot of fun. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com and get them fast because they are going at a quick rate.
Yeah, Tyson, that's going to be a fun game. Guns N' Hoses.
Looks like Risby's on the upper deck throwing popcorn down over in section 115. He's in the upper bowl. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Connor McDonald gets it. The Grizzlies clear it out. Adam Carlson will move it ahead to Roy Chiarenza, still in the rush zone. Chiarenza will bounce it off of Jamison, who's 6'2", 205 pounds. Now it goes to Chiarenza across the center ice. Chiarenza drops it off for Brooks along the near side as Rush gained the offensive zone. As Marchino Gets up top to Zulsdorf. Zulsdorf feeds it across to Coda. Coda's a dangerous goal scorer. Back to Zulsdorf in the high slot. They'll get it to the right side for Martineau. Back to Zulsdorf. Now across to Chiarenza. Left side. Takes a shot and it flies off the stick of Connor McDonald and goes out of play off the protective netting.
Tyson, that's the thing about Connor McDonald. He always seems to have his stick in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
I think that's what makes him a great defender.
Same thing for a guy like James Shearer. Seems like puck's always bouncing off the stick. 1:10 left in the rush power play. 8:02 left in the second as Bryson Martin is Andy Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell, serving a 2-minute cross-checking minor. As Logan Nelson's kicked out of the face-off circle, Keanu Yamamoto will take the draw. Yamamoto has 8 goals and 16 assists in 38 games, listed at 5'6" and 170 pounds. Grizzlies win the draw. James Shearer clears it out. Grizzlies have Fitz and Strong on the ice along with Bartley and Shearer. As Rapid City will feed a right wing pass out towards center ice. Nelson tried to reach for it. He couldn't, and icing is on the rush with 55 seconds left in their power play.
Tyson, to no surprise, the Grizzlies have done a really good job of defending the rush power play. They really just haven't let them get any good opportunities.
And the key, win the faceoff, clear it out, and then make Rapid City work to get the puck back in the offensive zone. And Strong will take the draw. He's one of Utah's best penalty killing forwards. Dylan Fitz was amazing on the penalty kill in the playoffs last year, in particular against Rapid City. And Fitz, once again, an outstanding penalty killer. Up top still is Bartley and Shearer. Same 5 on the ice for Rapid City. As Colton Leader gets it, he skates down the middle. Now he gains neutralized, feeds a left wing pass to Yamamoto. He steps over the blue line, and he'll bounce it off the end boards. Bartley gets it across to Strong, who clears it out. Adam Carlson will get it as it glides along the far wing boards. Carlson behind his net gets the leader as the Grizzlies make a line change, or at least change up a couple skaters as Cameron Wright enters the ice. As the rush, skate back in. 25 seconds left in the power play. Nelson goes down. Utah gets it and clears it out again. Puck glides towards Carlson. Grizzlies' penalty kill is 42 of their last 44 over their last 10-plus games. Rush, look to center. It goes wide of the mark. Pfizer gets it. Pfizer ahead to Cameron Wright. Wright gets the puck. He skates down the middle. Wright gets around. Backhand shot, and it goes wide. Wright draws a penalty as Rapid City hooked him. And the puck glides towards Carlson, who covers up as Wright got the pass at neutral ice, and he was skating down the middle. Carter Robertson was to his left. Wright tried to make a move towards his left. Robertson spun him around, and slashing's the call as Robertson gets a penalty. 1 second is left in Bryson Martin's penalty, so the Grizzlies will get just about a full power play of 1 minute, 59 seconds. As the score is still deadlocked at 1. 6:53 left in the second period. Good job by the Grizzlies being aggressive there late in the shorthanded situation.
Yeah, what a play by Cameron Wright. Just good things happen when you drive the net, right? And so Cameron Wright just driving there, and he ends up drawing a penalty. And now the Grizzlies have a chance to make this a 2-1 game.
Jameson will take the draw. Martin still in the penalty box in the next second. As a draw won by the Grizzlies. Martin's out of the box. Grizzlies power play gets started. As Brandon Cutler skates towards the near corner. Now up top for Nilsson. As looks like Pfizer replaces Martin. As Nilsson over to Wright. He's on the left side just outside the circle. Now to Nilsson across to Cutler. As Cutler back to the right side. Skates towards the corner. Being battled by Coda. Cutler gets it back up top for Nilsson. He winds and fires. Saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to the far corner. The far circle, right back to Nilsson, back to Wright. He's in the left circle, trying to get it across to Pfizer. Rapid City picks it off. Max Coda moves it ahead. Rush carried out to center ice. Calder Brooks will nudge the puck towards the middle. Brooks trips up Brandon Cutler, and the arm is raised by the referee. Interference is going to be the call, but it's Brandon Cutler arguing the play. He thinks maybe there should be a penalty shot. The two referees are talking it over. The Grizzlies going to get a penalty shot out of it. You know what? The penalty is going to be on Utah. It's going to be interference, and it's going to be Andrew Nilsson. And the fans can't believe it. It looked like Grizzlies, Rapid City was skating in. Brooks collided with Cutler, and then Cutler went down as Brooks skated in. He was like 1-on-4. moved the puck ahead. Cutler skated over there. You know what? Good call. As Nilsson knocked down Brooks as he was chasing after the puck.
Yeah, Tyson, initially I saw Cutler go down, but it's the interference by Nielsen that causes that trip on Cutler, so it is a good call.
We're going to skate 4-on-4 as Rapid City gets the puck. And remember, 4-on-4 situations, the ice opens up a little bit. Bartley gets it. He'll throw it to the right side for Pfizer across the center ice. He'll feed it to the left for Martin. Martin will bounce it off the end boards. Bartley chases after it. Bartley battling with Tyson Helgeson. Now it goes to Ryan Zulsdorf as the Grizzlies retreat defensively. As Zulsdorf up ahead, feeds to the Utah blue line. It's picked off by Martin. Now it's at Bartley as the Grizzlies are in their own zone, skating from left to right. As Martin across to Pfizer. Pfizer across the center. Now he gains the line 2-on-2. He'll drop it off to the left side for Raby. Raby, I tried to center it. It bounced off a rush skate. Now goes to Martin on the right side. Martin fanned on the pass. Skating over there is Aaron Tho. Tho drops off for Martin, but he's skating the other way. Rush have a breakaway. Matt Marchino skates down the middle. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Minor. What a stop by Trent as he stopped 2 breakaways here in the second period. Tho around the net. We're still tied at 1. 5:09 and counting left in the second period. Grizzlies move it ahead to Dakota Raby across the center ice now, backing out to the Utah blue line for Taryn Pfizer. As Grizzlies get some new skaters, Connor McDonald joins the play. So get the puck. Corey Thomas out there as well as Tyler Penner. As McDonald gets to the Rapid City blue line and dumps it in. As Robertson out of the penalty box, Rush will have the power play for the next 40 seconds. As the Rush gain the offensive line, Utah takes it away. Jameson across the Penner, across the center ice. He'll fire a shot. Carlson makes a pad save. Rush get the puck. 25 seconds left in a 5-on-4 power play for Rapid City. 4.5 minutes left in the second period. We're tied at 1. Logan Nelson skates towards the left circle. Shot saved by Minor. And the puck flies out of play as it bounced off the Minor and hit off the protective netting with 4:27 left in the second. But Marcino had a breakaway there, and Trent Minor made another great save.
Well, Tyson, once again, Trent Minor doesn't even flinch. He reads the play all the way through and makes an excellent save. This guy is playing on another level right now, and his confidence is off the charts, and it shows in his play.
Trent Minor had 7 shutouts last season. 2 this year. He's the Grizzlies shutout king, the all-time leader in shutouts with 9. Tommy Sallow has 7, and then 3 Grizzlies with 6. Jason Masushia, he's got 6, and so is Igor Bobkov and Ryan Farragher. As Rapid City wins the draw, something goes flying, and that might be a mouthpiece. It goes to neutral ice as Grizzlies clear it out. Standing in the penalty box is Nilsson as he's coming out of the box right now, and another successful penalty kill for the Grizzlies as Rapid City gains the offensive line. We're tied at 1. Rush in the right circle, trying to center it. It bounced off a body and goes back to the right point. As the Rush lose the puck, Nielsen moves it ahead. Cameron Wright gets he skates down the middle. Wright will take a shot. He scores! Cameron Wright gets his 12th of the year on a great pass from Andrew Nilsson. And with 3:54 left in the second, the Grizzlies have taken a 2-1 lead.
What a play by Cameron Wright. And Tyson, we talked about the transition game. That was it right there. Wright showing off his speed. What a shot. What a snipe in the back of the net.
Nilsson with the pass to Wright. Wright was behind the Rapid City defense. He skated towards the left circle, and he knew he didn't have a ton of time. Just skated to his favorite spot. He went top shelf where Mama hides the cookie jar, especially for a short person like me, as he fired it over the left shoulder of Adam Carlson. And so Wright gets his team leading 12th of the season. Yes. Kyle Mayfield high fives everybody here in Section 113 as I'm in Section 114. Wright with a goal, Nilsson with an assist. Nilsson now has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight as the Grizzlies dump it deep in the Rapid City zone. Kenton Helgeson gets it. He avoids a check of Martel. He'll throw it to the near side for Fuke. Back to Zach Court. This play's starting to get physical in the rush zone. Cutler over to Bartley. 3.5 minutes left in the second period. Utah leads 2-1. As Bartley out to neutral ice looking for Cutler. It goes past him, but onto the crease. Carlson stops it. Kenton Helgeson battles with Cutler. Helgeson throws to the near side. It's the second year that Helgeson's been the Rapid City captain. Puck goes back to Zach Court. We'll move it ahead. Out to center ice. Lucas Fuke will fire a neutral zone shot. Glove saved by Minor. He holds on with 3:09 left in the second. Time out on the ice. We'll take one as well. Cameron Wright gave Utah a lead. 16:04 into the second period. Andrew Nilsson's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto. hello to everybody watching on YouTube. As the Grizzlies lead 2-1, Andrew Nilsson, 1 goal and 1 assist. As Cameron Wright got his team leading 12th of the year, 16:04 into the second period. Guy, it's been an outstanding effort by Trent Miner, once again stopping 2 breakaways for Rapid City. And the Grizz look like they're playing good hockey. It's been a really fun game so far.
Well, Tyson, Trent Miner's been off to a fantastic start to start the calendar year of 2023. I think it's the year of Trent. It's Trent Miner's year. He's playing great.
Draws going to be in the right circle. Jameson's kicked out of the circle. Dakota Raby will take the draw against Logan Nelson. We're skating 5-on-5. 3:09 left in the second. Rush won the faceoff there in the offensive zone as Nelson over to Aliardi behind the net. Aliardi trying to feed it out in front to Chiarenza. It bounced off a Grizzly. Chiarenza gets it back on the right side. Over towards Zulsdorf. Takes a shot. And where's the puck? Cindy Paraphernalia of a Grizzly. As he got caught in the shorts of Keaton Jameson. So the whistle blows. Jameson literally took the puck out of his shorts and tossed it back to one of the officials. Draws going to be in the near circle. 2:55 left. As a face-off won by the Grizzlies, who are bouncing off the glass. Taken by Jameson. Kyle Pouncey out there playing forward as Jameson skates towards the right circle as he gets pushed by Tyson Helgeson. So he'll move it towards Rory Cairns. Now the rush out to neutral ice as Nelson crosses center ice and he tried to dump it in. Gloved by Aaron Tho. Moves it ahead to Jameson. It flies off the stick. And Carlson gloves it about chest high. Carlson moves it ahead. Great outlet pass. Roy Cairns drops it off for Aliardi. Aliardi, the former Everblade. Logan Nelson gets it poked away. 2-on-2 Grizzlies cross center as Cutler will skate back towards Pouncey. And Pouncey, normally a defenseman, trying to make a forward cut there. And the pass goes wide as Aliardi, right point, gains the offensive line. And he'll fire it towards the left corner at the end of his shift. Penner collides with Nelson along the near boards. McDonald back to Penner. Puck glides towards Coda. He'll skate towards his right. He'll take a shot. Glove saved by Miner. And Trent holds on to the low liner with 2:02 left in the second period.
Tyson, this has been a really entertaining hockey game. I mean, if you're considering going to one of the other 2 games in this set on Friday or Saturday, book your ticket. Come on down here to Maverik Center because this has been a really exciting hockey game.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. You want to go to UtahGrizzlies.com, right? Do it right now. Don't wait.
Right now.
Right now. Get your tickets for this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. As Rush win the face-off, they look to center it. Utah picks it off. 2-on-2. The Grizzlies cross center. Cutler dumps it in. Puck rolls towards Carlson. Carlson covers up as Cutler's chasing after him. So the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw with 1:50 left in the second. Utah leads 2-1 with the deciding goal. Cameron Wright scoring 16:04. Andrew Nilsson with 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Good to see Nilsson still leads the Grizzlies this season. He just extends his lead. It's his 22nd assist of the campaign. Tyler Penner will take the draw for Utah. The Grizzlies Iron Man is playing in his 110th consecutive game. Draw one. Draw ends up rolling towards Carlson, who covers up. 1:49 left in the second. Draw will be in the right circle once again. I don't know what the official stat is, but it looks like the Grizzlies are wearing their fair share of faceoffs here in the second period.
Yeah, Tyson, they have, and I think it's shown. Possession seems to be based off of who wins faceoffs, and I think for the last couple minutes or so, the Grizzlies have had the possession of the puck.
Draw gets kicked to the corner. Rapid City gets it. They'll clear it out of the zone as it bounces off of Nilsson. Max Coda skates over the line, veers off to the right. They'll feed it to the right corner. Rush will get it, take a shot, and it glanced off the stick of Nilsson, stays in play. Wickers round towards Brooks. Brooks will feed it to the far side. Rush get it. They get it back to Brooks on the far side near the corner. Brooks being shouted by Penner. Now up top to Carter Robertson. He'll take a lefty shot, saved by Miner. Puck glides towards the right side. Penner moves it ahead, and it goes out to neutral ice where Robertson gets it back. He goes D-to-D with Wickers at neutral ice. Wickers will bounce it off the stanchion as it rolls towards the right corner. 1:10 and counting left in the second period. Rush centering pass. Iverson one-timer goes wide. Grizzlies will bounce it off the glass. Somehow stays in play. And it's going to be icing on Utah. Well, Grizzlies caught a lucky break there because if it would have flown out of play without hitting the glass, would have been a delay of game penalty. It didn't miss it by much.
Yeah, no, it didn't. And so that was a very fortunate break for Utah. But on that last play, that was a scorcher of a shot that just went by Miner. The Grizzlies can't leave a guy wide open in the top of the slot like that. They got to have him covered.
Draws, give me the right circle. Utah leads 2-1. Both teams have taken 21 shots here tonight. Grizz win the draw. Andrew Nilsson around his own net feeds to the near side for Pfizer. Bouncing off of Kenton Helgeson. The puck bounces to Miner, who covers up. 54 seconds left in the second. As the draw is going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. A lot of ice time here in the first two periods for Cutler, Pfizer, and Penner. All three of those guys exit the ice. Victor Bartley out there along with Bryson Martin. Forward line is Jamison, Wright, and Raby. Jamison will take the face-off against Rory Chiarenza. Chiarenza 14 goals this season. Draw won by Rapid City. Kenton Helgeson will bounce it off of Wright. Stays in plays. The puck flies in the air. Jamison across to Bartley. Bartley back across Jamison over to Martin. Feeds it out to center ice for Cameron Wright. They'll move it ahead to Raby, who skates in. Nelson takes it away. Now Colton Leader out to center ice. Bounce past Aliardi, and he gets it back. He'll get the puck. Spin it along the boards. As Bryson Martin delivers a hit on Logan Nelson. Up top to Kenton Helgeson, left point. Gets around right, skates towards the circle. Helgeson now at the near goal line, feeds to the far side. Rush gets up top for Leader. One-timer bounces off of Raby. 10 seconds left. Barley throws to the right side. Puck bounced over Leader's stick. Leader gets it back and dumps it in from neutral ice. And that will do it for 40 minutes here at Maverik Center as the second period concludes. The only goal scored was by Cameron Wright. 16:04 in on a good pass from Andrew Nelson. Rush outshot the Grizzlies 12-10 in the second period, but the Grizzlies come away with the only goal. Remember, Utah is 12-1 this season when leading after two periods, and that's the scenario we have tonight as Utah leads Rapid City 2-1. When we come back, Guy Chiarenza will recap the first two periods of play. We'll also talk some hockey as it's the first of a three-game set. Looking forward to Friday and Saturday here at Maverik Center. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com and do it right now. Do it during the intermission while we got 18 minutes.
Do it right now during the 2-minute commercial break.
Yep. We challenge you to go get your tickets for this weekend. Siegfried and Jensen intermission report rolls along on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Utah leads 2-1. For a recap of the first two periods of play, here's Guy Chiarenza.
Well, Tyson, it's been a pretty back-and-forth game, and it's really been super entertaining. So if you didn't book your tickets in that 2-minute break, shame on you. Go book them now.
Hey, you got plenty of time till Friday.
At Maverik Center. All right, this is some good stuff, especially for Guns and Hoses.
That's great stuff.
Oh, my gosh, we got some good stuff coming up here. But anyway, as for the game and the details inside of it, so it started off with with the Taryn Pfizer penalty, but of course the Grizzlies penalty kill went out and did what they do, and they killed that penalty. And then later on, Logan Nelson takes a high sticking minor, 9:44 into the period. Grizzlies aren't able to capitalize on that, and in fact, they end up giving up a shorthanded goal on that. That's Alex Aliardi. That's his 13th goal of the year, assisted by Zulsdorf. Shorthanded, 11:38 into the period, but the Grizzlies did not go away, and they got a power play chance of themselves. Brooks goes to the penalty box for a slashing minor, 12:23 into the first period, and Andrew Nielsen capitalizes on the power play, getting its 5th of the season. That's assisted by Taryn Pfizer. And so it was a 1-1 game going into the second period, and the lone goal of the period was scored by Cameron Wright, an absolute sniper of a shot into the back of the net, and he really caught the rush napping, goes blue line to blue line, beats everybody, and cashes in for his 12th goal of the season, 16:06 into the second period. And Andrew Nielsen picks up an assist on that goal, so now he has a multi-point night. And shots are pretty even. It's 21-22 in favor of Rapid City after 2 periods of play. Rush took 12 shots in that second period, and Utah took 10. But Cameron Wright, he takes a lot of shots. He has 3 for the Grizzlies. So does Taryn Pfizer. But Brandon Cutler leads all Grizzlies skaters with 4 shots on goal in this game so far. And Trent Miners had a really solid outing, stopping 21 of 22. And so as far as scoring chances go, the Grizzlies had 5 in the second period, and the Rapid City Rush had 6. Faceoffs were 16-12 in favor of Utah. So, Tyson, you mentioned the Grizzlies were doing well in the faceoff circle, and it shows on the stat sheet. But really, an evenly played game thus far.
And think about Cameron Wright leading not only the Grizzlies in shots, 3 tonight, 134 on the season. He's led all league rookies, it seems like, all season long in shots on goal. And, he's very aggressive offensively. And as his first pro year is continued, the game has really slowed down for him. And he's done an outstanding job. And right now, that pass from Nilsson to Wright and then right to the back of the net is the difference in the game. The Grizzlies power play 1 for 3. Rapid Cities is 0 for 3. And really, you think about the line that has done the job, even though they haven't scored a goal yet, is the forward line of Pfizer, Cutler, and Penner. I think they've done a pretty good job here tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's only a matter of time before one of those guys gets on the board, Cutler, Pfizer, and Penner. That line has been all over the ice in this game. And it seems like the blueprint for the Grizzlies offense goes around that line. It starts there and it trickles down. I thought that they've had a really strong outing, and I really think that Fitz line with Martell and Strong has also done really well throughout this game. Really, the entire Grizzlies offense has had a strong outing, but I think those 2 lines in particular have been especially dominant. And I really like the play from Jordan Martell. It seems like his fingerprints are all over this game. It seems like every time something's happening in the offensive zone where the Grizzlies have sustained offensive pressure, it seems like Jordan Martell's the architect behind it.
Rapid City had a couple breakaways in the second period. It was some of their best offensive players. I think Roy Chiarenza had a breakaway and really made a nice move, but Miner was able to make the save, and then there was a breakaway later in the first period, in the second period. I'm trying to remember who exactly it was that had the breakaway. Might have been Marciano, who leads Rapid City with 5 shots. He had a breakaway later in the second period. Miner made that save as well. So he's bailed the Grizzlies out a couple times on breakaways, and the reigning league goaltender of the week has certainly looked outstanding again, stopping 21 of 22. Andrew Nelson really picking it up for the Grizzlies. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist, a +1, and has 2 shots. And I think about Bryson Martin playing a good game, and I think that's the interesting thing. It's a low-scoring game, but it seems to be a really well-played game in terms of both teams with 3 good forward lines. And I think that when you face a team like Rapid City, regardless of what the record is, it seems like over the years they've been a team that's had 3 really good forward lines. And so, for the Grizzlies, you have to be disciplined defensively because you can't let Rapid City's, especially their forwards, get behind you and get those breakaways, because even if Miner's going to stop a lot of those, he's not going to stop them all. And so, I think that, it's going to be something to watch out for here in the third period. How many shots and how many scoring chances does Rapid City have in the third period? They had 6 scoring chances in each of the first 2 periods with a total of 12. Grizzlies have 9 scoring chances, but obviously the Grizzlies have the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think to echo that, Stimmy, I think the Grizzlies have to find a way to stop giving up those odd man breaks. We saw a 3-on-1 there where Marciano could have scored, but instead he held onto the puck and decided to wait and then shoot, and so it let Miner get across to make that save. But you mentioned Trent Miner bailing out the Grizzlies. I think bailing out is an understatement. I think Trent made some really fantastic saves there on those breakaways. And really, he had it the whole way. He didn't flinch. It was like Trent read the player like a book and really just looked like he made a routine save. He made it look easy. He made it look like you or I could go out there and make that save. I mean, really great stuff from Trent. So the year of Trent continues. Trent Miner had a really strong period, really strong game so far, and that's why he's the ECHL goalie of the week.
Yeah. And who knows about this week? I mean, good week this week. And I think for Rapid City front fans, they're certainly interested in the backup goaltender tonight, which is Lucas Preek, and he may play at some point this weekend. And Preek played last Saturday against Tulsa, and, Preek was Rapid City starter last year. And obviously, he was doing a little bit of a hi, how are you there on the Grizzlies bench to some of the Rapid City players there a couple hours before game time. And you think about Garrett Metcalf, who's not even in uniform, the third goalie for the Grizzlies, is 7-2 this season. And he's probably spent more time in the AHL than either Miner or Preek this year. He played in 5 games with the AHL's San Diego Gulls. So good problem that the Grizzlies have in having 3 outstanding goaltenders. But you think about the Grizzlies and their pursuit for a playoff spot. Obviously, we're halfway through the season. The Grizzlies are Allen Americans fans tonight. And with 10 seconds left in regulation, Allen leads Kansas City 3-2. So a Kansas City loss combined with a Grizzlies victory means that Utah will just be 2 standings points behind the Rapid City, or behind Kansas City for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Allen leads 3-2 as they got a goal and an assist from Colton Hargrove. Looks like Liam Finley has also found the back of the net for Allen, and Hank Crone. McKenna and Sambrook have Kansas City's goals. As looks like that game with 11 seconds left in the third period, Allen leads 3-2. Second intermission, Wichita scored the first goal of the game. They led 1-0 after 1 period. Idaho responded with 3 second period goals as Jonas Vandenbergs, Justin Misiak, and Ryan Domowski each found the back of the net. As Idaho leads Wichita 3-1 after 2 periods over at Idaho Central Arena. Some other games in the league that have gone final. Newfoundland defeats Cincinnati 6-1. Florida over South Carolina 3-2 in a shootout. Greenville defeats Atlanta 4-3. As Carter Such got the game winner for Greenville in the shootout. And it looks like Bednard stopped all 3 shots. The Greenville goaltender, he stopped all 3 Atlanta shots as Greenville gets the extra standing point. They defeat Atlanta 4-3. And Reading over Trois-Rivières 3-1. So that's the league scoreboard on this Wednesday night. 5 NHL games this evening. Let's get an update on those as it's a TNT doubleheader on Wednesday, but what's TNT going to do to replace Rick Tocchet? I should have DVR'd the thing. Rick Tocchet, who had been working for TNT and was doing a great job for TNT. He's the new head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. He's coaching Vancouver tonight. First intermission, Seattle leads Vancouver 2-0. How about the year the Seattle Kraken are having in their second year of existence? 2 games in progress right now on TNT. Columbus leads Edmonton 1-0. That game with 13 minutes left in the second period. 6 minutes left in the third. Carolina and Dallas are tied at 2. 2 games have already gone final. In overtime, the Maple Leafs defeat the Rangers 3-2. And Ottawa is a 2-1 winner over the New York Islanders. Grizzlies NHL affiliate is the Colorado Avalanche. They don't play tonight. Rapid City's NHL affiliate is the Calgary Flames, and they don't play on this Wednesday evening. When we come back to the Siegfried and Jensen intermission report, we will talk some hockey and have third period action as Utah leads 2-1 on Cameron Wright's 12th of the season, 16:06 in the end. Both teams scored 1 goal in the first period. Utah has scored 2 unanswered after Rapid City found the back of the net for the first time tonight. This is the Siegfried and Jensen intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Guy Chiarenza and I trying to get on the dance cam during the timeout. Didn't look like it worked, though. We tried to get on the flex cam there first intermission. That didn't work either. It looks like third period action will begin here in about 4 minutes. Very evenly played game in terms of the shot count. Utah outshot Rapid City 11-10 in the first period, and the Rush had the edge 12-10 in the first. But I think it's really been a game dominated by the Grizzlies capitalizing there with Cameron Wright there on the pass from Andrew Nilsson, having an open look on the left side. And, the Grizzlies scoring on the power play there. Rapid City's only goal was shorthanded by Alex Aliardi. If you think about January, it's not just been Trent Miner's been outstanding, but Adam Carlson, missed his fourth appearance in January, has also been outstanding. And because of that, it seems like kind of games where goals are going to be at a premium.
Yeah, Tyson, it does. And you mentioned this game being one in transition game. The Grizzlies have done that. They've played well in the transition game, but they've also capitalized on their opportunities. You think about the Cameron Wright goal where he goes down, cashes in on that opportunity. The Grizzlies taking opportunity on the power play. Andrew Nilsson scores that goal early in the first period. The Rapid City Rush, they haven't capitalized on their opportunities. They had two breakaway chances that Trent Miner shut down. They also had a chance where Marchino had an open net, and he decided to wait and not shoot. The Rush have had their chances. They just haven't capitalized on them. The Grizzlies have had their chances, and they've cashed in on them.
I should turn my mic on, all right? Well, the Grizzlies on the penalty kill, you think right now they're 44 of 46 over their last 10-plus games. That's really been a big difference, forcing teams to score 5-on-5 against you. Or in the case of tonight, 5-on-5 or when they're shorthanded.
Yeah, Tyson, it's an unbelievable run that the Grizzlies penalty kill is on, and they're playing great. They're really good at anticipating what the other team is going to do, and they're not letting the Rapid City Rush get set up on the power play. So I think if you're the Grizzlies, you have a lot of confidence in that unit where, sometimes the call doesn't go our way, but these guys are most likely going to get the job done. Now, with that being said, you don't want to rely on that too much because you never want to be on the penalty kill, but when the Grizzlies penalty kill has been called to the task, they've done the job.
Utah leads 2-1. Remember, this is just the first of a 3-game series. Friday night's going to be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And then Saturday, the Grizzlies are going to be wearing Guns N' Hoses themed specialty jerseys. Remember, this week, go to the Grizzlies team store, get some Guns N' Hoses gear, which certainly looks sharp. Guy and I want to get a runner. We'll pay them whatever they need. Go down there to the team store, get us some stuff. So it'll certainly look sharp. The Grizzlies specialty jerseys are going to wear Saturday, look sharp. Remember, 2 charity games starting at 1 o'clock, then around 2:30. 2:30 will be probably about the start time of the second charity game. And then the Grizzlies play the Rush at 7 o'clock. Should be a great atmosphere. Should be a huge crowd. Make sure to get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. And make sure to get them now because tickets are going fast. As it's possible, that game could turn into a sellout here at Maverik Center. Well, both teams are now on the ice. We're about set for a third period action. Guy, what do you think is the key to the Grizzlies here in the third period? If they are able to hold this 2-1 lead, they are 12-1 this season when leading after 2 periods.
Yeah, Tyson, I'd like to see the Grizzlies continue to put the pedal to the metal. I don't want the Grizzlies to sit back because I think the Rush are going to continue to pound the puck and try and cash in on one of their opportunities. They're only a shot away from tying this game. So if you're the Grizzlies, I'd like them to come out, take some shots, and really establish a forecheck. Don't back off at all because offense is the best defense, right? When the puck is in the rush zone, they can't score on the Grizzlies. So continue to apply pressure on offense.
It's been the Siegfried and Jensen Intermission Report. This broadcast is presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott, producing premier American copper and proudly celebrating 120 years of operations in the Utah community. Grizzlies will be skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. Rapid City will be skating from our left to our right. As Trent Miner at net and stopped 21 of 22. Rapid City's Adam Carlson has stopped 19 of 21. 20 minutes are on the stadium scoreboard clock. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Fitz will bounce it over towards Zollsdorf. Rapid City gathers it 5 seconds into the third period. And they will not ice the puck like they did as Marchino is skating into the offensive zone. He gets tripped up. And so 11 seconds into the third period, Rapid City is going to get a power play. As Cam Strong skates to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for tripping. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team, Rogers and Russell. It's 2-1 Grizzlies. Utah's power play has been hot as of late, and they're going to be tested here early in the third period. Logan Nelson will take the draw. It's won by Rapid City. As Carter Robertson will feed it over to Robertson. Robertson skates towards his left. He's now in the high slot. He'll drop it off to Robertson, who switched places with them. Over to the right circle for Fuke. Back to Robertson. He'll take a lefty shot. Pad saved by Miner. Rebound goes to Penner, trying to clear it out. He'll nudge it across. And Utah is able to clear it out, and that's Cameron Wright. Or make that Keaton Jamison. Rush have to go the length of the ice as they'll skeet down the middle. As Carter Robertson feeds over to the right side for Nelson, who crosses center ice, and they'll drive it around the boards. As Yamamoto gets it back towards Fuke. He loses the puck. Corey Thomas will throw it over the head of Logan Nelson to clear it out. 19:05 left in the third. Utah leads 2-1. Pass out to Fuke. His stick breaks as he was trying to get the pass at neutral ice. Victor Bartley was in the area. As Aliardi feeds up top. It goes about chest high. Robertson couldn't keep it in. As the Rush will have to come back the length of the ice. As Rapid City back to their own end. Halfway through the power plays. They'll skeet down the middle. Rush will skate across the line. Zollsdorf feeds it to the left point as Calder Brooks gets hit by Shearer. And let's see. Pass ahead. Pfizer's got a breakaway. Pfizer skates. He takes a shot. Saved by Carlson. As Rapid City gets it back. As Marchino crosses center ice, will feed it to the left side. Now back off the boards. Marchino spins around looking for Chiarenza. It goes back to the corner for Brooks. Back to Chiarenza. He feeds it back to the corner. Nobody was there. Bartley skates over there, gets it, and clears it out. 22 seconds left in the Rush power play, but the best chance on either side was a breakaway by Taryn Pfizer that Adam Carlson made the save on. Pass ahead to Marchino. He gains the line, drops it out for Coda. Coda feeds it across. Utah pokes it out. It goes to neutralize. Zollsdorf gets it. Great penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Strong standing up in the penalty box, and he's out of it right now as he comes back to the ice. The Grizzlies' penalty kill was 4 for 4 as they still lead 2-1. Colton Leader dumps it in. Miner plays it behind his net. He'll give it over to McDonald. Connor back at his goal line. Now behind Miner. And now McDonald will start the attack. He'll skeet down the middle. Now he feeds it to the far side for Thomas. Thomas will get it taken away by Fuke, who gains the blue line and dumps it into the far corner. McDonald back towards Thomas. Thomas out towards Cam Strong. Out to neutral ice. Back to Colton Leader, dumps it in. As it rolls back to the far side. That was not me or Guy, I swear. As Cam Strong crosses center ice, gains the line. Strong to the left, skates towards the corner. Cutler gets it. Shot saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to Rapid City on the far side as Yamamoto gains center ice. Back to the near corner. And Nielsen pokes it towards Grizzlies out to the center. Penner dumps it in. It's back to the right side. Utah looks to the center.
Grizzlies fans are the best in the league. It's great to be back at Maverik Center.
Rushgate Aliardi with a righty shot goes high. Puck stays in place and glides towards the near boards. 3.5 minutes into the third period. Back behind the net. Raby crosses center ice. He gets Tyson back to center ice. Coda collides with Raby. Utah looks to center it. Pass gets poked away. Rapid City crosses center ice 1-3. Escape back towards the corner. Marshno drops it off. Robertson shot saved by Minor. Grizzlies will get it and clear it back to neutral ice. Bryson Martin crosses center. Back over towards Brooks. With the right circle. Utah trips up. It's going to be a penalty on Utah. 15:40 left in the third. Utah touches the up. Looks like the penalty is going to be on Dakota Raby. 15:38 left in the third. And tripping's going to be the call.
Well, I think we all needed that whistle on that one.
Yeah, it was a good call by the referee. 2-1 game, and the Grizzlies going to be back shorthanded. I got tears in my eyes with laughter.
Me too. I mean, for those of you who don't know, somebody let out the most earth-shattering belch I've ever heard in my life.
Right there, just behind us. I'm not even sure who it was. It was epic. That was the best belch I've ever heard in my life. I'm pretty sure the fans heard it too. Draws to the right side, and it's won by Rapid City. Over towards Chiarenza. The puck exits the zone. Rapid City will have to reset. Chiarenza at neutral ice, dumps it in. It bounced off the linesman. Thomas gathers it and clears it out. But one of the linesmen took the puck right there in the side. 15:18 left in regulation. Grizzlies lead 2-1. As out to neutral ice, Rapid City crosses center. They chip it ahead towards Marshall. Bounced off a stick and goes to Coda. Coda gets spun down by Pfizer. Pfizer gets the puck. He's already got a breakaway in this third period. He'll feed it across to Penner. Penner left side open. Shot kick saved by Carlson. Penner on the near side collides with Zulsdorf. Zulsdorf goes down. Penner chases after it. Penner tries to feed it out in front to Jamison. Pass goes wide. Shearer chases back it deep in his own zone as the Rush make a line change as the Grizzlies will nudge it ahead to Jamison. Rapid City's on the power play for the next minute 5. It's Bartley across to Shearer. He'll ricochet it off the far boards for Jamison. Jamison out to neutral ice. Will dump it in. Carlson cuts it off just to the side of his net. He'll get the puck and he'll ricochet it off the near boards as Nelson feeds it to the corner for Leader. Leader collides with Jamison but moves it across to Nelson. Nelson out to neutral ice to Yamamoto. Yamamoto back in his own zone. He's got great speed. He'll drop it off for Leader about 6 minutes into the second period. Aliardi gains the line. Right side. He'll move it across to Yamamoto. Yamamoto gets blasted by Shearer. Puck glides towards the corner. Cameron Wright gets it. Gloved by Leader who keeps it in. He'll nudge it to his right for Nelson. Will feed it to the corner. Aliardi back around. He goes past Yamamoto who dives for it. Leader keeps it in the left point. He's got good speed. Over to Aliardi. Far goal line. Out to Nelson. Right side. Shot and is blocked by Wright. Where's the puck? It's in Wright's paraffin. It's in his jersey. That's the second time tonight we've seen the puck in these shorts. The puck ends up falling down, falling beneath Cameron Wright's shorts.
If I had a nickel for every time the puck ended up in the shorts of a Grizzlies player tonight, I'd have 2 nickels.
Yeah, you'd have a dime.
But, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So another stoppage of play here, but 13:15 left in this game, and really the period has gone by quite fast. And I think that favors the Grizzlies, right? It's once the clock hits 0-0, if we stay at this score, the Grizzlies win. So obviously that's the objective here.
Grizzlies win the draw. Bryson Martin over there. We had quite a first segment of this third period. As Jamison wins the faceoff, they'll throw it in. As the puck goes around the net, Brandon Cutler to the far side. Grizzlies are back at full strength. 2 for 2 in the penalty killer in the third period. Rapid City gains the line. Fuke left point. Shot. Glove saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 13:32 left in the third period. Grizzlies 2 successful penalty kills. And Guy and I heard the biggest, loudest belch we've ever heard in our entire lives. Grizzlies lead 2-1. 13:32 left in the third on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
13:32 left in the third. We're having some fun here as the Grizzlies lead 2-1. Utah 2 successful penalty kills in the first segment of play. Rapid City 25 shots to the Grizzlies 24. Draws to the left circle. This guy and I trying to compose ourselves after that last segment of play. Grizzlies win the draw. They get to neutralize. Brandon Cutler dumps it in as he goes back towards the far side. Pfizer over to Nilsson. He'll bounce it off. Marshall has been active. Coda gets it. Coda's got 5 goals in his last 2 games against the Grizzlies. Over to Marshall. Back to Coda. Backhand shot. Saved by Minor. Boy, good look by Coda there, but Minor made the save. Puck goes back to neutralize as Kenton Helgeson gets it ahead. Taken away by Shearer. He'll skate down the middle, take a shot, and it glanced off the stick of Rapid City. As we're skating 5-on-5. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Pfizer gets over to Cutler. He'll take a lefty shot, and it's blocked by Carlson. That's not Adam Carlson, but Alex Carlson. Grizzlies around the net. Now Cutler left side. Shot, and it bounced off the stick of Calder Brooks and flies towards the far boards. Rapid City gets it skating from left to right as Kenton Helgeson crosses center. He'll dump it in as a rush towards the left point. Shot. Glove saved by Minor. As Matt Marchino took that shot, he had 5 shots in the first 2 periods, and he's been one of Rapid City's best forwards this season, if not their best forward. He is 29 years old. He's got an AHL contract with the Calgary club, as after all was the Stockton Eaton. Then the AHL club moved from Stockton over to Calgary, where the Flames play. Draws going to be in the left circle. Lucas Fuke will take it for the rush against Cam Strong. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 27-24, but Utah leads 2-1. Grizz win the draws. Victor Bartley skates along the far side, gets neutralized. He'll throw up from one blue line to the other. It goes back to Victor Bartley. Bartley dumps it in. It bounces on off of Adam Carlson's pads on one hop of the ice. His rush skate from left to right. Robertson over to Aliardi, who crosses center ice. He pokes it off the stick of Kyle Pouncey, and it flies out of play into section 124. Pouncey acting as a forward in this evening's game, normally a defenseman. Scratches for the Grizzlies tonight, and I apologize for not getting to him sooner. Forwards, Johnny Walker, who's out. He's been out since mid-December. He's unfortunately probably going to be out a few more weeks. Same for Zach Sekos, who's been out since late December. Christian Simeone, Vladislav Mikalchuk, Joey Kolatarsi, and Jordan Stone. And third goaltender is Garrett Metcalf. Draw on the right side, taken by the Grizzlies. As Bryson Martin will move it ahead to the left side. It bounced over a rush stick and goes back to neutral ice. Carter Robertson dumps it back in as it rolls along the far boards. Bryson Martin gets it. Aliardi in the area. He gets hit. Aliardi won a Kelly Cup last season with Florida. Grizzlies lift it high into the air. It's gloved at neutral ice by Robertson. Dropped, and he'll dump it in as it bounces off the glass. Bryson Martin gets it 8 minutes into the third period. Utah leads 2-1. Martin moves it ahead. Bartley at neutral ice gets it. They'll throw a right wing pass to Raby. It hits off the linesman. Raby looks to center to right. It glanced off his stick. Rush get the puck back. The fans get on the linesman for getting in the way of the puck there. As it goes back into the rush zone, Robertson will feed it out to center ice. Very boisterous crowd here tonight. As Jamison gains the line, drops it off. Rush get it back. Rapid City will feed it ahead. It bounced off the stick of Corey Thomas. Goes back to Thomas from McDonald. Thomas will dump it in, but nobody deflected it, so icing is on the Grizzlies with 11:19 left here in the third.
Yeah, Tyson, very vocal crowd here at Maverik Center tonight, and Good news for everybody on Flow Sports and YouTube. This is the best crowd mic in the league, so you get to hear it all. But
That's
really,
right.
it's a great atmosphere here at the Maverik Center. And no disrespect to the lobby in the Maverik Center where we've been for the last couple of times, but I'd much rather be out here with the comfort of the fans and everything. It's just an incredible atmosphere.
Yeah,
It feels good to be
I've tried to
back out
compose myself the last segment. I'm going to have to go back and just hear just how audible that was in the
here.
microphone.
We'll have to include it in the Grizzlies post-game report.
You're right. Off the draw, Rapid City shot, and it goes high and deflects off the protective netting. 11-17 left in the third. Grizzlies still lead 2-1. Neither team has scored here so far in the third period. Rapid City had 2 power plays, and really the difference in the game right now, like it has been a few times in the road trip, Grizzlies penalty kill. It's a perfect 5 for 5.
Yeah, Tyson, I think we've seen a lot more whistles here in the third period than we saw in the first 40 minutes of play. The Grizzlies are doing a good job of slowing down the game and shutting down anything Rapid City is throwing at them.
Out at center ice, Pfizer dumps it in after Utah won the face-off. Puck goes back towards the near boards. Yamamoto locates it. He gets spun around by Penner. Now taken by Zolsdorf in his corner on the near side. He'll feed it across to Tyson Helgeson. He'll move it ahead. It's rushed down by 1. Gets to neutral ice across center. Penner pokes it away. Goes back towards Utah, skates after it in the corner as Brandon Cutler delivers a hit on Yamamoto, but overskates the puck. Rapid City will ricochet it off the boards. Zach Court tries to move it ahead. Puck stays at his ankles as he battles with Pfizer. Now it's taken by Calder Brooks. Brooks will feed it out to Yamamoto. Dives, and the puck flies off his stick and out of play off the protective netting with 10:33 left in the third.
Yeah, and as this game progresses, well, in the first part of the third period, I said I wanted the Grizzlies to come out and be aggressive, and I think they have been aggressive, but I think they've also done a really good job of balancing being aggressive with also playing a really strong defensive game. And I think that's what we're starting to see here is as time goes down, I think we're going to see the Grizzlies start to tighten up a little bit more defensively, and so it almost looks like a penalty kill unit that the Grizzlies are out with here. But it's 5-on-5, but the Grizzlies do a really good job of anticipating passes, breaking up plays, and so they translate that from the penalty kill to 5-on-5 play here.
Grizzlies argue that should be a neutral ice, but the faceoff is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Draw one by Rapid City's Colton Leader gets over to Coda. Right side, takes a shot, saved by Miner. It was a tough angled shot by Max Coda, who was along the near goal line near the corner. Miner makes the save, and the great thing about Trent here in the month of January is he's not allowed many rebounds, many of those second chances.
No, he's done a really good job with his rebound control. I think Trent has really kind of perfected his game here. He's playing at an elite level. He's got tons of confidence, and I think that confidence is key in translating it over to his game. He's having a really strong showing over the last couple of weeks, and he's just on fire right now.
Draw is taken in the right circle. And it's won by Marshall and Rapid City. Leader over to Coda. Coda around the boards for Brooks. He tries to feather it in front for Marshall. Couldn't accept the pass, and it's good because he would have had a great chance if he did. Grizzlies cross center. Fitz dumps it in. Cutler chases after it. Rush will lift it over the head of Fitz. It goes to neutral ice, past Bartley and into the Grizzlies zone. He'll get the puck. He'll go D to Bryson Martin. Martin lifts the puck in the air as it goes out to center ice. Gloved by Rapid City and dropped as Kenton Helgeson loses it at the Utah blue line. Martin moves it ahead. Cam Strong over to Martell is open on the left side. Back to Strong. One-timer. Kick save by Carlson. Great stop by Carlson as the puck's still in play. Strong on the right side gets to Bartley. Left side, take a lefty shot. Saved by Carlson. Rebound bounces off the end boards as Bartley gets it in the left point. But the linesman says that the puck exited the zone, and Utah's offside with 9:42 left in the third. Boy, Cam Strong had a great look on a one-timer from the right side, and Adam Carlson made a great save.
What an unbelievable save here by Carlson.
Oh, no, it hit the side of the net. He didn't make a save.
From our angle, it looks like he made a save, but yeah, we're now looking at the replay. And wow.
Strong just missed it. He just missed the net there. He hit the side of it.
You think about it, that's a game changer. That could have been a 3-1 game, but now we're still at a 2-1. So
from the angle we saw, it looked like Carlson got a piece of it. As the rush out to neutral ice with the puck. Tyson Helgeson, 9.5 minutes left in the third. Will feed it across. Zolsdorf will move it ahead to Aliardi. It bounces off his stick, goes in the Grizzlies zone as it hits off the America First Credit Union sign. Raby over towards the near side for Jamison. He'll tap it out to center ice. Taken by Cairns. He gets taken away by Wright. Wright skates in. Shot saved by Carlson. Rebound goes towards the Rio Tinto sign behind the net. Jamison back towards Wright, who's behind the net. All right, gets it taken away by Tyson Helgeson, who's played well tonight. As a rush, Logan Nelson, the far side, will tap it off the glass. It flies and bounces in Grizzlies territory. McDonald will move it to neutral ice. Raby gathers it. Right side gets around Zach Court. Now Raby with a spin move towards the right side. Fans dazzled with his skating ability. This goes back to the near side. Aliardi will get it ahead to Zulsdorf, who crosses center ice and dumps it in. Though picks it off as he'll ricochet off the boards. Taken back by Robertson. Robertson will glide the puck out to center ice, and he'll drive it around the boards. Yamamoto on the right side gathers the puck as he'll skate towards the corner. Back towards Cordu. Throws it from one corner to the other. Pfizer will bounce it off a rush skater. Now Court over to the far side. Backhand shot goes wide. Yamamoto back over towards Cordu. Will throw it towards the far side. Now Yamamoto behind the net as he gets knocked down. No calls. It goes back to the corner. Utah gets over to Tho. Moves it across to Penner. Now get it out to center ice for Pfizer. Gets it poked away. Goes back towards Penner near the Grizzlies bench. Rapid will toss in the Grizzlies zone where Shearer chases around in the near corner, and he'll move it ahead to Cutler. Cutler back in his own end. Will skate towards the near side. Less than 8 minutes left in regulation. Over to Shearer. Ahead to center ice for Pfizer. One-time tap to Cutler. Cutler skates towards the left side. Toe drag shot saved by Carlson. Boy, what a move by Brandon Cutler getting around a rush skater. Had a good look, and Carlson made the save. And there's been some dazzling moves over the last few minutes that have gotten the Grizzlies fans on their feet. Even though the score is just 2-1, we've seen some great hockey.
Yeah, Tyson, what a play by Brandon Cutler. He's such an electric player, isn't he? I mean, he skates really well. He's got a lot of speed, and he's got a fantastic shot. It's a shame that he doesn't have a goal in this game, really, because he's playing, I think, his best game of the season with the Grizzlies so far.
Draw taken in the nearest circle. 7:40 left in the third. Shots are 28 apiece. Rush and the Grizzlies, which means the Grizzlies have a one-shot edge. 7-6 here in the third period. Rush win the draw as Kenton Helgeson will feed it to the far side as Utah still leads 2-1. Pass out to neutral ice was played with a high stick, so the whistle blows. 7:39 left here in the third. I got to say, you think about Friday and Saturday, if we're going to get anything like tonight later on this weekend, we're going to have ourselves some highly entertaining hockey, something you definitely want to come down to Maverik Center to see.
Oh, Tyson, for sure. I mean, we've been plugging it for a reason. This is some must-see stuff here. If you guys don't have tickets to the game already, come on down here. Guns N' Hoses is going to be electric. Come on down to Maverik Center.
Grizzlies win the draw. Andrew Nilsson will throw it out to Cam Strong at center ice. As Victor Bartley loses the puck, Marchino out in front. He'll take a shot and it goes wide. A golden opportunity for Rapid City to tie up the game, and Marchino missed the net. Nilsson throws it out to center ice. Fitz trying to reach for it. Puck lines deep in the rush zone. And icing is called on the Grizzlies with 7:20 left in the third. Boy, Bartley turned it over, and Marchino he probably had more time than he thought he did and fired a shot over the crossbar.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he made a quick reaction there. He could have taken a little bit more time, but good play by Victor Bartley and Cam Strong to get back on that play and force some pressure to make him make that hasty decision.
Marchino leads Rapid City with 6 shots. Pfizer, Cameron Wright and Victor Bartley have 4 shots, but the leader in the clubhouse is Brandon Cutler with 6 shots on goal for the Grizz. As the draw in the Grizzlies zone is won by Utah. Victor Bartley will tap it out to neutral ice. It goes to Zulsdorf. He'll move it ahead to Nelson. It bounced off his stick. Goes to Victor Bartley. He'll throw it ahead to Martel. He'll cross center ice and dump it in as the Grizzlies make a full line change. About 7 minutes left here in the third period. Utah leads 2-1. Rush cross center ice and dump it in as it bounced off the boards. Miner will feed it to the far corner. Cameron Wright will lift it out to center ice. Puck bounces in Rush territory. Rush gather it at their blue line as Zulsdorf will get it across to Tyson Helgeson, who crosses center ice, and he'll drift it over to the left side for Nelson. Nelson to the left circle. They'll skate towards the corner. Thomas delivers a hit. Puck goes back to Zulsdorf. High slot. He'll fire a shot that goes wide. Raby skates towards the near boards to get it. He'll lift it out to center ice. Zulsdorf regathers it. Zulsdorf collides with Jamison. Zulsdorf feeds it towards the Rush bench. Logan Nelson gathers it, and he'll dump it in. Thomas chases after it at the far corner. Thomas fanned the pass, got it back, and rolls it to Raby on the near side. Raby trying to get around Robertson, who hits him. Rush get the puck back as Wicker's over to Robertson. And so he'll throw it to center ice. It bounced off a court and goes back to the Grizzlies' blue line for McDonald. As Connor, the Grizzlies' captain, plays a patient approach. He'll throw it to center ice for Penner. It tapped off his stick and goes deep into the Rush zone. Grizzlies will sneak in some new forwards. The Rush pitch it ahead to Yamamoto. He'll skate towards the corner, but Tho cuts in front of him with the puck. Tho around Utah's net will bounce it off the boards. It hits a stanchion. Left point, Rush will wrap it back around the boards looking for Yamamoto. Bryson Martin cuts it off as Martin towards the end wall. Gets it back to Cutler. Cutler with the puck along the near boards. He'll skate it out to center ice himself, left wing. He'll fire a shot that goes wide. Hits the side of the boards and flies out of play. 5:35 left in the third period. It's 2-1 Grizzlies. There's a timeout on the ice. We're back in 1 minute. We'll find out how this one ends when we come back. The Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto. To Grizzlies hockey on YouTube and Flow Sports. And yes, we do know you can hear us on the commercials on Flow Sports. We got a neutral zone draw. We got an outstanding game as Utah leads 2-1. Trent Miner has stopped 27 of 28. Rapid City's Adam Carlson has stopped 26 of 28. Alex Aliardi got the rush on the board. 11:38 into the first period, his 13th of the year. It was a shorthanded goal. 59 seconds later, Andrew Nilsson tied the game with a power play tally. Score is tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Cameron Wright scored 16:06 into the second period to give Utah a 2-1 lead. Nilsson with the assist. And that's where we stand now as Utah leads 2-1. Action in the Grizzly zone as it goes to the far side. Nilsson spins it around. Brandon Cutler's played a lot of time. It goes past him. Leader over towards Marshnogue. He's got 6 shots to lead the rush. Nilsson along the right side. Fans on it. Let's see. Nilsson got slashed there or hooked. Nilsson holds his wrist. It's going to be a Grizzlies power play. As Nilsson was along the near boards trying to clear it out, and he got hooked by Calder Brooks. So Brooks is going to skate towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. It's going to be Utah's first power play of the third period. As Calder Brooks gets 2 minutes for hooking. Andrew Nilsson flexing his wrist a little bit. Hopefully he'll be okay as Nilsson leads the Grizzlies with 16 power play points, including a power play goal tonight.
Well, Tyson, this power play couldn't have come at a better time with 5:10 left in the period. 2 minutes here for the Grizzlies to A, either stall to waste some time, or B, get another goal and get that insurance marker to make it a 3-1 game.
Want to get some insurance? Put this baby in the refrigerator. As the Grizzlies win the draw, Nilsson will get it over towards Cutler. Back to Nilsson. Nilsson over to Pfizer. One-timer, and it's blocked by Tyson Helgeson. Jamison in the corner, battling with Max Cota. Jamison over towards Pfizer. Pfizer on the left side, back to Nilsson. One-timer, glove save by Carlson. And he holds on, 4:49 left in the third. Hey, win or lose, Adam Carlson's played a good game.
Yeah, he has. You have to give credit when credit is due, and Adam Carlson really came out and he showed that he was here to play. He's had a good last couple of games, and he carried that over into tonight.
Trosky in the left circle. Keaton Jamison will take the draw. You always have to expect the unexpected when the Grizzlies face the rush. Yeah, it seems like so many different plot twists every time these teams meet. For my money, one of the best rivalries in the league, right up there with Utah and Idaho. These teams meet 10 times this season. It's game 6 of 10 as Rapid City wins the draw. Utah's 2-2-1 against the Rush this season. Rush gained the offensive line, left point. They'll glide the puck on to Miner, who covers up. 4:40 left in the third. Grizzlies are on the power play for the next minute 30, but the Rush will have an offensive zone draw. As the Grizzlies will keep the same 5-man unit on the ice. Jamison, Wright, Pfizer, Cutler, and Nilsson. Rapid City will get Zach Court on the ice. Court's going to take the face-off against Jamison. Face-offs in the far circle. As it's won by Utah. Grizz in their own zone on the power plays. Brandon Cutler has the puck. He'll skate towards his right. As Cutler over towards Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson gains center ice. And he'll drop it across to Cutler. Brandon skates over the blue line. Stops at the point. Gets to Jamison. Back to Cutler. As Cutler over towards Pfizer on the right, the high slot. Now to Nilsson on the right side. Nielsen back to Pfizer. He's got 10 goals this season. Tried to throw it to the middle for right. It goes between his legs. Cutler on the right side in the circle. As he'll skate in the corner. Back towards Jamison at the far goal line. Jamison spins it around to Pfizer's in the left point. Pfizer to the near goal line for right. Back up top for Nielsen. The pass is wide of the mark. He goes out of the zone. 45 seconds left in the Grizzlies power play. Less than 4 minutes left in regulation. Trent Miner will ricochet off the boards towards Shearer. Shearer's behind Utah's net. As Grizzlies on the power play for the next 30 seconds. Shearer feeds it to the far side for the Rooster. Martell crosses center ice over to Bartley. As Bartley skates towards the left corner, throws it through the legs of Martell. Rapid City gets the puck and clears it out. As there's less than 20 seconds left in the Powerade power play. As Shearer rolls it along the near boards for Raby. Back to Shearer. Time is on the Grizzlies side with less than 3.5 minutes left. Shearer over to Raby, who skates towards the far side as Brooks is out of the penalty box right now. As Raby gets it, he'll feed it up top for Bartley. Bartley gets to the left circle for the Rooster. Back to Raby, takes a shot and it's blocked by Wickers. Rebound goes to Raby. He feeds it back to neutral ice where Bartley gathers it. Less than 3 minutes left in regulation. Utah's up 2-1. Shearer will throw it out to center ice for Fitz. It goes past him and all the way down for an icing with 2:52 left in the third. We'll keep an eye to see when Rapid City's Scott Burt will pull his goaltender and give Rapid City a 6-on-5 advantage with their net empty.
Yeah, Tyson, I wonder at what point Scott Burt is going to try and pull Carlson. He could be aggressive here. It looks like he won't. The 2:52 left in this game.
Oh, that would be really aggressive.
It's certainly something to keep an eye on for sure.
Draws getting in the right circle of a pretty evenly matched hockey game. Grizzlies with 30 shots. Rapid City's taking 28. Draw won by the Rush. Solsdorf right point. Shot got redirected but goes wide. As Chiarenza battling. Shearer holds up Chiarenza. Chiarenza goes down. But luckily no call on that play. Strong throws it out to center ice. Rapid City picks it off. Rush re-enter. Marshall will wrap it around the boards. It goes back to the right side. Shearer in the area along with Fitz. Fitz gets the puck, skates towards his own corner. Now Fitz on the near side will start the attack. He'll move it ahead. It goes over the head of Zolsdorf. Carlson still in there. 2:20 left in the third. As Kenton Helgeson gets it. Grizzlies make a line change. Helgeson with a C on the front of his sweater. Will move it ahead. Zolsdorf crosses center ice. He'll lift the puck and it bounces into the right corner. Thomas gathers it. They'll feed it across to McDonald. Passes behind him. Aliardi battling with McDonald. Pfizer in the area. Puck squirts towards the left point. Tyson Helgeson spins it around. Chiarenza battles with Fitz. Fitz knocks down Chiarenza, who's 20 years old. As Fitz gets over to McDonald. McDonald gets it poked away. Chiarenza gathers it. Throws it towards the right point. Leader gets it off the boards. Goes back over behind the net. Chiarenza wraparound shot saved by Miner. Puck goes out to the right point. Leader feeds it across. 1:40 left in regulation. Utah leads 2-1. Leader right side shot saved by Miner. Puck goes towards the left corner. McDonald runs into the referee. Aliardi tries to feed it out in front to Helgeson. Grizzlies got a stick in the way. Utah throws it to center ice. Brandon Cutler gets it. 2-on-2. Cutler to the left side. Looks to center it. Carlson cuts it off as the puck ended up in the crease. Aliardi loses it. Bartley back to Aliardi. Action in the Grizzlies zone as Wright skates around his own goaltender. He'll feed it to Neutrise for Penner. He'll get it across. Pass is picked off by Carter Robertson. 1:10 left in the third. Carlson out of his crease. He's still in action. He'll roll it around the boards. Miner cuts it off behind the net. Bartley over to Penner. Penner gets it taken away. Rapid City skates in. Aliardi over to Yamamoto. Carlson skating off the ice. 6-on-5. Yamamoto's shot goes wide. 50 seconds left. Wickers fans on it. Penner across to Cutler. He'll fire towards the empty net, and he misses. And icing's on the Grizzlies. With 48 seconds left in regulation as the Rapid City net is empty with Utah 2-1.
Oh, Tyson, that's a tough break for Cutler there. I think he's one of the most deserving players of a goal in this game that doesn't have one. So he misses there. But it's also a critical point because that generates an icing for Rapid City. So now we see a draw to the left of Trent Miner. 48 seconds left. There's a good chance if Rapid City wins this draw, they have a shot at tying this thing up.
I think Rush are going to use their timeout, and they are. We'll keep it here as Scott Burt, the Rapid City head coach, has the clipboard out. And he's going to drop a play that he hopes will tie up the game for his club. As Rapid City comes into play with a record of 20-18-1.
Tyson, I think if you're the Grizzlies, this is a must-win face-off. You have to win this draw. If you can win this draw and get possession and send this thing out to center ice and hopefully take another crack at the net, that's probably the most ideal situation. But even just winning the faceoff and getting possession, that's huge. You can't let Rapid City win this draw.
Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies have outshot the rush 31-30. Faceoff's going to be in the right circle. First of the 3-game set. It's been an entertaining night of hockey. Should be an entertaining weekend of hockey. Remember, the Grizzlies are going to be home for 6 straight games starting tonight. 3 against Rapid City and then 3 against the Allen Americans. Face-off all 6 nights in the homestand. And it's going to be at 7:10. Draws in the right circle. Matt Marshall will take it against Cam Strong. 6-on-5, Rapid City's net's empty. Draw won by Rapid City. Zolsdorf on the right side throws to Aliardi. Slot shot. It's blocked by Penner. Goes to Marshall. Take a shot. All centering pass. Shot saved by Minor. Out in front, Rapid City can't get a shot up. Minor gets back to his feet. Zolsdorf throws to Aliardi. Shot goes wide. 33 seconds left. Marshall over to the right side. Up top for Zolsdorf. Now to Aliardi. One-timer saved by Minor. Out in front, Nelson looking for a rebound, and his shot goes wide. 23 seconds left. Marshall, right circle, shots blocked. Brandon Cutler gets it. He'll skate to center ice. Cutler gets around Zolsdorf. Cutler skates towards the empty net. And he scores! His baby's in the refrigerator. As Brandon Cutler now has a goal in back-to-back games. And Cutler dives towards the Grizzlies bench as Utah has taken a 3-1 lead. Well, you talked about Brandon Cutler earning one there, and he certainly earned that empty net goal with his effort tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, like I said earlier, he's one of the players that deserves it the most. He's really had a fantastic game. He took a lot of shots in this game, and ultimately, he gets the last one here.
Brandon Cutler spent some time with 2 different AHL teams. He skated coast to coast after blocking a shot. As that should be an unassisted goal for Brandon Cutler, his 5th of the year, and it is unassisted. Time of goal 19:45, and as the Grizzlies fans are going to head home happy. As 10 seconds left, Nielsen over towards Cutler. Now ahead to center ice for Martell. Martell collides with Carlson. As the Rush get it, 2 seconds left. Time runs out, and that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies went 3-1, and there was no doubt about it. As Andrew Nilsson had 1 goal and 1 assist, the Grizzlies got a second period goal from Cameron Wright. Brandon Cutler added an empty netter at the end. And what about Trent Minor? Once again, he had an outstanding game, stopping 31 of 32, as he was the league's goaltender of the week last week. And once again, Trent Minor gets the job done as he gets his 7th victory of the season, which is now tied for the club lead with Garrett Metcalf, as everybody goes to congratulate Trent Minor. And, guy, it was a team effort. Grizzlies were perfect on the penalty kill once again, and they had a couple big penalty kills early in the 3rd period. As the Grizzlies salute their great fans here at Maverik Center. A good Wednesday night crowd as Utah wins the first of this 3-game series and the first of this 6-game homestand, 3-1. And, guy, what an effort by the Grizzlies there in the 3rd period to preserve the victory.
Yeah, Tyson, and you mentioned a full team effort. That's exactly what we saw here tonight. It started with Minor playing excellent in net, stopped 2 breakaways, didn't really give the Rush a chance. And all 3 forward lines for the Grizzlies played really well tonight, most noticeably the Brandon Cutler line. And it's really great to see that he capped off the night with a goal in the empty netter. But the Grizzlies defense also played really well, and that includes the special teams. Just really a full all-around team effort. And the Grizzlies are heating up at the right time. They're going to be a very dangerous team down the stretch, and they're very fun to watch right now.
Grizzlies are playing some good hockey. They've played well here in the month of January. They are 6-2-1 in their last 9 games. As Grisby holds the flag, we'll keep it here for the 3 stars of the game. I'd hate to be the person that had to decide that, as there's some good choices. Really, the question, I think, is probably who's the number 1 star. Is it Andrew Nilsson with 1 goal and 1 assist? He played outstanding. Or is it Trent Minor, once again, who, you know, you think about the month of January, and really both goaltenders, both Minor and Carlson, have been hot here in the month of January. I think Carlson played a good game. After all, he just allowed the 2 goals, and so the Grizzlies get the victory. Number 3 star. He did have the game winner, Cameron Wright. He now leads the team with 12 goals this season. So Cameron Wright is the number 3 star. Wright has 8 goals in 10 games in the month of January. The number 2 star is Trent Miner. Second full season as a pro. Trent Miner, the Grizzlies shutout king. Stopped all but one, 31 of 32. As he tossed the t-shirt into section 125, or right there between section 125 and 126. 1 goal and 1 assist. Number 44, Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson now has 27 points this season, 5 goals, and a team-leading 22 assists. When we come back in 1 minute, we'll have the post-game report as Utah leads. Utah gets the victory 3-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Post-game report here on Flow Sports and YouTube. Our homes for Grizzlies hockey all season long. As the Grizzlies scored 1 goal in each of the 3 periods tonight as they get a 3-1 victory. Rapid City scored first tonight, and the Grizzlies scored 3 unanswered as Alex Aliardi got a shorthanded goal. That was the only goal scored by Rapid City tonight. They did not score a single goal 5-on-5. As Alex Aliardi, 11:38 into the first period, got a shorthanded goal with Ryan Zolsdorf getting the assist. It's the 5th shorthanded goal allowed by the Grizzlies this season. And then the Grizzlies, 59 seconds later, got back on the power play after Calder Brooks got a slashing minor, 12:23 in. And 14 seconds into the power play, Andrew Nilsson on a one-timer from the high slot, got his 5th of the season. Taryn Fizer with the assist. It was a power play goal. I think they originally gave Cameron Wright an assist and took it away. So the Grizzlies were 1 for 4 on the power play, and they were a perfect 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. Score was tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Grizzlies took the lead for good, 16:06 into the second period. Cameron Wright is 12th of the year from Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson was in his own zone, fed a pass about half the length of the ice up ahead to Wright, who was on the left side. Wright skated towards the circle. He was being trailed by 2 rush skaters, then fired a shot that went over the left shoulder of Adam Carlson into the back of the net. It's Wright's team-leading 12th goal of the season, and it's Nilsson's team-leading 22nd assist of the year. As Utah led 2-1, and they led 2-1 after 2 periods. As the Grizzlies are now 13-1 when leading after 2 periods. Third period started with the world's loudest belch. I swear that thing was the loudest thing I ever heard. We lost our composure for a good 3 minutes. Grizzlies had to kill 2 penalties in the first segment of the third period. Cam Strong got a tripping minor 11 seconds into the third period, and then Dakota Raby got a tripping minor 4:22 in. As we mentioned, over the last 11 games, the Grizzlies' penalty kill has been absolutely unbelievable, as they are now 46 of 48 on the penalty kill over their last 11 games. Then the third period just kept going on. The Grizzlies had a 1-0 lead. Both teams had 7 scoring chances in the third period, but it was all Trent Miner and the Grizzlies' defensive unit. You know, Rapid City, I think, offensively did a lot of the things they wanted to do. They had 32 shots. They had 10 or more in each of the 3 periods, but ultimately it was Trent Miner that got the job done. Rapid City had 19 scoring chances tonight. The Grizzlies had 16. The important thing is the Grizzlies ended up finding the back of the net just a few more times than Rapid City. You know, Rush pulled their goaltender with about 1.5 minutes left in regulation, and the Grizzlies really did a great job holding strong. Brandon Cutler blocked a shot and then kind of skated with the puck along the near boards. He was being chased by 2 rush skaters. He actually had to get around a rush skater. It wasn't like he had a clear path towards the net. He really had to work around 2 guys, got the puck in front of the net, and obviously the net was empty at that point, and you just kind of nudged it in. Cutler, with his 5th goal of the season, he now has a goal in back-to-back games, and it was an unassisted goal as Cutler blocked the shot and then went coast to coast with it. So the Grizzlies at that point led 3-1 with 15 seconds left and just cruised to victory as the Grizzlies record goes to 17-20-1 this season. And they are now just 2 points removed from 4th place in the Mountain Division as Kansas City lost 3-2 to the Allen Americans. So Allen gets the victory, and the final score there was 3-2. And so Utah just jumps a little bit closer to 4th spot in the Mountain Division standings. Obviously, 34 games left to be played after tonight, but the Grizzlies have been rolling here in the month of January. I mean, you knew it was going to happen. You know, once the Grizzlies started playing more games at home, once they stopped playing Idaho as much as they were. Speaking of which, Idaho defeated Wichita 4-1 tonight. So Idaho stays in first place, and it even extends their lead as Wichita is the 2nd place team right now in the Mountain Division. But, you know, the Grizzlies here in the month of January have gotten some great goaltending from Trent Miner and Garrett Metcalf and Parikh. And, you know, the Grizzlies, you think about the forwards that have really stepped up. I mean, we mentioned Cameron Wright, 8 goals in his last 10 games. And, you know, Jameson's really picked it up. He did a lot of great things tonight. I think the great thing was that it wasn't just a 3-1 victory, but it was the quality of play. It looked like an outstanding game between 2 good teams. And you like to see that because the Grizzlies right now, you know, have to play good hockey to beat this good Rapid City team, and they did that tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, you mentioned playing good hockey. The Grizzlies came out and they played excellent hockey. And so did the Rush. I think what we're seeing right now is a battle between 2 playoff teams. Really, I think both of these teams end up making the playoffs. It was just that intensity was brought into this game. It felt like a playoff game, just the back and forth action, really tight, really even. But ultimately, I think what it came down to was the Grizzlies were able to capitalize on their chances and the Rush weren't.
Yeah, it's really the difference in the game. Yeah,
we saw the Rush come down. They had opportunities. They had at least 3 really good opportunities I can think of, and Trent Miner was there to close the door. So all credit to Trent. He played a really great game, but so did the rest of the Grizzlies, and they were able to capitalize on their chances and ultimately walk out of Maverik Center with the victory.
And, you know, you mentioned the breakaways. I mean, Miner saw Rapid City had a few breakaways, and Miner stopped them all. And that was really the difference in the game. Good goaltending matchup between both guys. You know, Adam Carlson stopped 29 of 31, and Miner stopped 31 of 32. Brandon Cutler led the Grizzlies with 7 shots tonight. Cameron Wright had 5. Taryn Pfizer with 4 shots. Victor Bartley also had 4. 3 shots for Andrew Nilsson, who was the number 1 star of the game. 2 shots for the Rooster Jordan Martell, and then 1 shot for Corey Thomas, James Shearer, Bryson Martin, Tyler Penner, Dakota Raby, Cam Strong, and Aaron Tho. As the only players that didn't register a shot tonight, the captain Connor McDonald, Jameson, Fitz, and Pouncey. Pouncey was playing forward tonight. Those 4 did not register a shot on goal for the Grizzlies. Rapid City was led by Matt Marcineau, who had 7 shots, and he was really active. And you think about that point in the 3rd period. You talked about burying your chances. Bartley turned the puck over in the slot there, and I think that Marcineau had more time than he thought. Fired the shot over the crossbar. He might have maybe come up with a better effort had he maybe known that he had more time. But it was just things like that were the difference in the game and why the Grizzlies came away with the 2 big standings points.
Yeah, Tyson, and on that play, I remember Bartley turns the puck over in the high slot, and Marcineau goes the other way. But Victor Bartley makes a really good play. He doesn't just say, oh, you know, I turned the puck over and just calls it quits. There's a reason this guy played in the NHL. He's got that experience, and he came back and he made an excellent play to go and make pressure on Marcineau before he could make that shot. And Cam Strong was also in the mix there too. They forced Marcineau to make a decision when he didn't really want to make a decision. They made him make that decision hastily, and because of that, he shot the puck wide. Without the pressure from Bartley and Strong, Marcineau has another really good look there, and he had a few in this game. And so I think he was really indecisive in this game, Marcineau. I think he had some chances where he probably should have shot the puck sooner than he did. And on that one, he probably should have waited. But, I mean, just good credit to the Grizzlies defense for pressuring him and really making him feel a lot of pressure in that situation.
Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 1. Boy, if Friday and Saturday are going to be anything like tonight, boy, we're in for 2 treats, 2 dandies. It'll be interesting to see if Lucas Parikh ends up, you know, playing for the Grizzlies at some point this weekend, considering he's a former Rush
Rush goaltender. I mean, that'd certainly be interesting. I think he did get in one of the games in the opening weekend of the season. And you think if you're Rapid City, you have. I think you just have to stay the course because they played good hockey here in the month of January. And, I think it's a fun game. And as you mentioned, you could just tell by watching the game that, you don't even have to be a hockey expert to know that that's two good hockey teams on the ice. It's just an aesthetically pleasing brand of hockey.
Yeah, it was a really fun game to watch. Really, I mean, both goalies played really good. Both teams had a lot of offensive looks, and it's that transition game, really fast-paced game, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I think the next time out we see these two teams, this one was probably a lower scoring affair than I think we would usually see, a 3-1 game. I think the next time we see we could see another offensive shootout like we saw in Rapid City a couple of weeks ago. It just depends how wide open the game becomes, but those two goalies did a really good job of reining it in and stopping those chances. But again, it's a really aesthetically pleasing brand of hockey, and ultimately the Grizzlies come out with the win because they were able to capitalize on the chances that they were given.
Grizzlies 3, Rush 1. Boy, this homestand just getting started. As you think about Friday, it's going to be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at $8 and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. Saturday is going to be Guns N' Hoses night, 2 charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7 p.m. And then the Allen Americans and Chad Costello will roll into town for a 3-game set. Wednesday, February 1st will be a Bud Light College night. February 3rd is going to be Heart Health night. Some of the proceeds of the tickets are going to go to the Heart Association. And Saturday, February 4th, is going to be Black History night. That's going to be a lot of fun as the Allen Americans will be in town the first weekend of February. Don't forget that the Grizzlies are going to be home quite a bit here in the second half of the season. And, if they look anything like they did tonight on the defensive end of things, and really the way they looked offensively as well. I mean, tip your hat to Adam Carlson. He played a good game. I think the Grizzlies play like this most nights. They're going to come away with a lot of victories in the second half of the season.
Yeah, Tyson, and for sure. And I think to echo that, Grizzlies are playing the best hockey I've seen them play all season long, and they're a really hot team right now. And it started with them beating the Steelheads in 2 out of 3 in that series against Idaho. They haven't looked back ever since. They've been on an absolute tear, and they're playing really good hockey at a really good time. We talk about the standings. Tonight was a night that really went in favor for the Grizzlies. They beat the Rush, so they gained points on them. Kansas City loses and Wichita loses. Three teams that are above you in the standings you gain traction on. And now the Grizzlies are right there, just 2 points behind Kansas City, which is a team that we know that they can beat. So a lot of hockey left to be played, but there's a lot of optimism about the Grizzlies' push for the playoffs.
Picked a click winner. We think it's going to be Andrew Nilsson. Here's the controversy, though. And we thought about this before the game. At 6:52, Nicholas Hayes says, I'm going with Dylan Fitz. And then 1 minute later, Nicholas Hayes, same guy, says, I'm going with Nilsson.
No, I don't know. I don't think you can have 2 picks.
He picked Fitz and Nilsson. He doubled up. He double dipped on the picks to click tonight.
Here's the thing. I think we'll acknowledge that Nick Hayes, you picked Nilsson and you also picked Fitz.
Hayes has pretty good ears. He heard the belch all the way from section 107.
I think the real winner of the night, the pick to click, I think that's the Belcher, the anonymous Belcher.
Absolutely.
Whoever that was. I mean, that was unbelievable. He started all the way down there. He comes flying up here, and then he gets to about where you are.
I didn't see the Belcher. You saw the Belcher?
I saw him out of the corner of my eye because I saw him moving so quickly, and I saw him. He was running up the stairs, and then he gets to like right here where there's the railing. And then he just lets out the most earth-shattering belch I've ever heard. I mean, we're right next to the Wasatch Fault. That guy could have triggered the fault line. It was unbelievable. I've heard some pretty long belches in my day, but that one really caught me off guard. I think that was the thing that was funniest to me was we were in the middle of a tight game, and he just caught me off guard. He was right there. He just comes flying up here. We could hear him go all the way down into the tunnel.
It's incredible.
Back into the concourse. It was unbelievable. It just the timing of it. And the length and the loudness, it was really funny.
That you and I lost our composure for a good 3 minutes just because it was so funny. They just kept, we're hoping we get a whistle there. Of course, we get no whistles and we just have to play on.
Yeah, of course, that's just the way it is sometimes. But I mean, just to add on to that, it's good to be back here at Maverik Center with the fans. I mean, we've been in the lobby for, it seems like a lot for the first part of the season. But now the Grizzlies have a lot of home games coming up, and so we're going to get these fans in attendance, and we're going to have these crowds. And we're in the midst of a 6-game homestand here. This was just the first of 6, so we'll see Rapid City 2 more times, and then we'll see Allen 3 times the following weekend. But I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Really, we've got Guns and Hoses on Saturday, and then we think we have the Heart Health night with against
February
Allen
3rd.
coming up. So a lot of good stuff coming up here at Maverik Center. So, and I know we've been saying this a lot on the broadcast. If you haven't already gotten your tickets and you're in the area, come on down to Maverik Center, watch some really good hockey with us, and enjoy an amazing atmosphere.
Fun, family, affordable entertainment. And I think what we need to do, we need to figure out who the Belcher is, and we need to get him to drop the puck at center ice before the game.
We're gonna have to go to video replay on that one and find out who the Belcher was, and then we'll have to do a ceremonial puck drop where we'll give him a Coke, he'll chug it, and then he'll just let out the most. He'll do the belch again, and then he drops the puck, and we'll get that rolling. But really, I think it's a good game, but I think this might become the infamous Belcher game.
The Belcher game. Oh, man. The only Belcher I can think of is Tim Belcher, the former right-handed pitcher who was with the L.A. Dodgers back in 1988. He won Game 4 of the World Series and had a pretty decent big league career. And Tim Belcher was a little bit hot-headed at times. He would get animated at times on the mounds. That's the only Belcher I'm thinking of right now is Tim Belcher, the former L.A. Dodger. He also played for a few other teams in a big league career that spanned about 14 or 15 years. It was a lot of fun, and it's great to see Andrew Nilsson play well, the all-star representative. He played well in Tulsa, and he's the number 1 star tonight with 1 goal and 1 assist. Not without controversy. Nick Hayes is the pick-to-click winner, but he did pick 2 players.
We'll give it to you this time, but next time, just for future reference, you get 1 pick.
A guy says
one pick.
I'm okay with 2 players, but Guy says no, it's going to be 1 player.
Just make 1 pick.
Yeah, just 1 player for the pick-to-click. If you start taking a full forward line, one of them's bound to have a good game. So it's, it was a lot of fun tonight, and I want to thank whoever mailed me the tea and honey that was just sitting in front of my door as I was coming to work today. Somebody on Amazon brought me some tea and honey, and it actually worked.
Oh, it seems like it did the trick. You sound a lot better. It's good that your voice is finally getting back into shape just in time for this homestand here.
That was great to see. Knock on wood, obviously, we got 5 more games this homestand. That was a lot of fun here at Maverik Center tonight. Looks like the crowd has filed out here, and maybe we should file out here as well. Get ready for our Thursday, and hopefully everybody will have a good Thursday, and we'll be able to join back here at Maverik Center for an AFCU Friday, where tickets start at just $8 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And don't forget that Saturday is going to be Guns and Hoses night. Make sure you get your tickets now at UtahGrizzlies.com, as it's possible the Grizzlies are going to get a sellout crowd on Saturday night. So you want to make sure you lock in your tickets for Saturday night. And don't forget, hey, the football games are on Sunday. Grizzlies are off Sunday. You got nothing to do on Saturday. Come on out and watch Guns and Hoses night. You're at Maverik Center. Well, that'll wrap things up here once again in 2 hours and 26 minutes and in front of 3,789 here on a Wednesday night. The Utah Grizzlies get a 3-1 victory as they scored 3 unanswered after Alex Aliardi scored first for Rapid City. Andrew Nilsson with 1 goal and 1 assist, the number 1 star. Trent Miner stopped 31 of 32, and Cameron Wright added a goal, which turned out to be the game winner. 16:06 into the second period as the Grizzlies scored 3 different ways, and the game was scored 4 different ways. Rapid City had a shorthanded goal. Utah scored on the power play. They scored 5 on 5, and they also scored an empty net tally. As the Grizzlies get a 3-1 victory, and it should be a lot of fun tomorrow for an AFCU Friday. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com, but to take advantage of the AFCU Friday, come on down to the Maverik Center box office on Friday to take advantage of AFCU Friday. For Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is.